Cringe
Hey,
joke.
Well, I mean,
goddamn.
the thing is about the Hawk Tuah thing is, in fact, she is known for being a whore, and like the right has taken this girl in, like, oh, she's so cool. Will she come to the Trump rally or whatever? You know, it's like, why? Like, yeah, I get what she said was funny or whatever, but her 5 minutes of fame is over. 15 seconds of fame, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah.
And fucking, yeah, she's known for
15 minutes.
blowjob. Whatever.
So is Kamala.
Very true.
I like
Very true.
blowjobs.
Right? Who doesn't like blowjobs?
I'm not saying you should not like blowjobs.
I feel like
Not
you
what I'm
hate
saying here.
blowjobs.
Jesus Christ.
Free.
So
Spit
how's
on
it
that
going?
thing.
How's it going, everybody? Oh, Pat Riot's here too. How's it going, Pat Riot?
Hey, Pat.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we sure can.
Awesome. Awesome. It's funny, I didn't get like a notification or anything on YouTube. Imagine that.
YouTube pulling shenanigans.
What?
Yeah.
I would never think of it.
No, never. Not YouTube.
YouTube does nasty things to its daughter in the shower, I heard.
Oh, wait, that was like,
And, you know, no one wants to turn YouTube in because, you know, YouTube is, he's done so many good things for the community that like going against him seems kind of sacrilegious. But at what point are we going to stand up for the children?
did the kids just like rub his weird legs and write diaries about what they did to him?
Okay,
Yeah.
now this is just getting a little too far.
Wait a minute.
If
Shit, he's dead.
I keep going in and out, it's because of the storm. I just reset my modem.
What kind of name is
Another one?
Robinette?
You're right.
PJ out in the chat says the old man ordered the Hawk 2A vanity plates without knowing. Good stuff.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny. Hawk 2A. I like that. That's funny. See, that's clever.
Ooh, fancy.
Wordplay.
I like wordplay because that takes
I do too.
a level of intelligence and cleverness that I appreciate.
I like foreplay.
Does that mean
Are you horny? Go fucking rub one out and come back, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking should not have talked about Hawk 2 a girl in front of you.
Yeah. Make
The
sure you
most
spit on
horny
that
is-
thing
is-
too.
I don't know, from last night the most horniest is Van Drake.
Yeah, well, Van Drake was last night.
Yeah.
Van Drake infected Tactical Muffin Top with his herpes, and now fucking Tactical Muffin Top has horny herpes.
Damn it, Van Drake. Now I need to take my herpes be gone again.
Yeah.
He
That's not a
would
thing.
think he would be after having 5 kids.
Whatever it is that they put in the shots of basic training, Muffin Top needs some of that.
Wait a minute.
Riz says Kamala's campaign slogan should be blowjobs and no jobs. I think Kamala Harris should get Hawk 2 a girl on board because I think their morals align pretty
Yeah.
parallel.
Hawk
anyway.
2A sounds like you want to suck on the barrel of a gun.
Remember that chick
Someone
from
needs to make
Discord?
that into a bumper sticker.
Bro, do you remember that? I don't know if anyone remembers this because this was from a while back, but there was this chick on Discord who was like hanging out. This was during COVID days, I believe, who talked about fucking her desert eagle. You remember this?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
And it was like, it wasn't like hot. You know what I mean? It was like weird. You know, like there's something about it was just off. You know.
But you wouldn't decline to
not the
watch,
safety.
though, would you?
Well, she wanted it to be hot, but she never turned on her camera. And you know, if a girl never turns on her camera,
She's fat.
Yeah.
it's usually a sign of something bad.
It's probably the same one that actually gave themselves another hole down there.
Did Leo speak Wookiee for a second?
He's just rinsing his mouth out.
Yeah.
Chewy.
He's getting ready to Hawk 2A.
He had to Hawk 2 to pay rent.
God, dude, I hate that so much though. Like I was just saying, like honestly, I'm sick of that shit. And that chick has no talent. She keeps getting on stage in front of people and being like, "Woo!" Like, okay, cool. Thanks for coming.
I think you're just jealous that she hawked to it before you.
Yeah.
She has about as
Right.
much talent as that jackass Maxwell Frost. That's now the first Gen Z of Congress. I'm just going to link in the back chat of that asswipe talking about Kamala's DEI hire.
I mean, she gets invited to events hoping that, whoever invited her, get some hot tour.
Yeah.
I mean, is that
You always
the
have to spit
deal?
on that
Like,
thing.
they pay her to come to the event, and she hawk to as the person who pays her?
Probably.
That's what they're hoping. I'm not saying she does,
But
I'm
there's
just saying
it's
that's
out
what they're
there.
hoping.
It's insinuated.
Right.
Kamala set a high bar for that, though. So
I mean, why would Shaq show up?
Is it a high bar or low shorts?
Imagine Shaq with a normal sized penis.
Would he
Well,
just
it is
cry?
normal for him.
It would look tiny. Like because he's got those giant Shaq hands, like a keyboard for him is like comically small. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, like an actually normal size penis.
Yeah,
He'd
but
look
like
like an Asian black guy.
a
Yeah.
5-inch penis on Shaq would look like a fucking. You need like a telescope to see it.
and nobody would spit on that thing.
Nah, they would.
Yeah, they still spit on that thing.
Yeah. What is Shaq net worth again? No?
Yeah, exactly. He's like a billionaire.
Yeah, holds the fucking Walmart record for dropping 70K.
What is Shaq's net worth? I said
Everybody's got a price. That's all I'm saying.
What's yours?
500. He's worth over 500 million, so he's half a billionaire.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Guy that comments to hawk Tua or to not hawk Tua is the question.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some hot tour. It doesn't matter if it was 3 inches.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not really jealous of the girls when they're young because I know when they get old, they're just going to have it that much harder because they had everything handed to them when they were young.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn into Karens. That's where Karens come from. Because they get to be like 48 years old and no one wants to listen to them anymore. And they don't have they never had kids. And they've got this like fucking need to boss people around because they never had a kid to boss around. And they got their little floofy poopy, their little floofy poofer, their little fucking dog that they bring with them everywhere and pet and love. And then if you ride by on a motorcycle, they plug their ears and give you a dirty look. Like I got one of those today. It was pretty funny, I thought.
And they're 50 pounds heavier than they were.
Yeah, and they walk around thinking that they can boss everybody around because when they were 20, everyone would fall over themselves to do what they wanted, And then now they're 45 and no one gives a shit anymore. And that's tough. That's a fucking slap in the face. You got to think. It's one thing to grow up and have no one ever listen to you and just be like, well, I guess that's the way things are. And then eventually realize hey, I have to gain some expertise in a specific thing so people will listen to me in order to actually have the authority to talk about a thing. And then having that authority and talking about it. And later in life, you become the person that people listen to, versus the girl, everyone listens to her, everyone falls over her. And then she gets to that age and she never spent the time working on herself or gaining expertise or leveling up or whatever it is. And now she's 45 and she's lost the thing that gave her power. She it's like Gollum when he loses the ring. He just searches for it for the rest of his life, doesn't he? And he dies fucking chasing it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that was a hell of an intro, speaking as we literally have had nothing to talk about so far.
Flip that
And
whole
they
fucking
become
beginning.
part of the HOA and focus
God,
you
damn
every
it.
day.
Dude,
The
the
HOA
HOA, okay. That leads me into a discussion.
Damn, you're just
Just
pissed
my-
off tonight.
I took my son. Don't tell me what I am. I took my son to get a bank account today, right? And oh god, it took fucking forever. I don't know why it takes so long, but that's fine. But in the process, they have to, because he's under 18, he's under my bank account, so they had to run my information, and it turns out I can get a home loan. And I'm like, oh, cool. Is there any houses that I can afford?
Right.
Like, not in Colorado, not in Denver, not in the metro area. There's no shacks for sale right now. Sorry, Mr. Honda. Sucks.
Dang.
So yeah, this is 2A something Tuesday. It's just 2A Tuesday today because I didn't feel like
To a hot to a
No.
Slow brew.
the hot
Why would I
to a-
name the thing after the thing that I'm sick of? That makes
Maybe
sense.
it gets you hyped.
Hawktua, Hawktua, Hawktua. Who even spits like that?
A nasty ass southern slut.
I know
Yeah,
one
she's
girl.
like she's
A
hawking a
bunch of
lug
different
on your
whores.
fucking. She's hawking a lug on your fucking dick. That's gross.
Lube is lube, my man.
Yeah,
It's nasty.
I know one girl that do that to me.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right,
Riz
I actually
says,
saw her earlier this year, but I forgot to get her number again.
Riz said, "Is Biden still alive? We need proof of life."
Supposedly he's going to do a speech tomorrow, and there's already talk going around that call that he made with Kamala is actually like 98% a deep fake.
Well, how easy would it be for them to be like, "Oh, we got 3 months left. We got to fake a president for 3 months."
Oh yeah,
Like they have the technology. Have you seen those masks that they have now?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And that's not
crazy.
even the AI shit that they can do, or whatever.
Well, that's civilian masks. That's not even what government would have. That's like 10, 20 years more advanced.
Who's cat in the heat?
Yeah, someone needs to kill their cat.
Corey.
No, not me. I don't have cats.
Who's the cat lover? Who loves the pussy?
Someone's
I
pussy
love
excited
pussy
from all the
so
hot to a-
much.
Stephen
that-
Carroll dropped in.
You muffin top?
I think it's Muffin Top because it was going on the other stream he was on.
It's me.
I ratted him out.
It's not my fault.
The disappointment in my side.
Oh, it's your wife's cat.
Would
No
you
comment.
would you go take care of your wife's pussy, whatever it needs?
That'll be after the chat.
All right. Stephen Carroll
How about
dropped in
during the
his.
chat?
Jesus Christ. Stephen Carroll dropped in his 22-month fucking member chat. Thanks, man. Damn, that's fucking badass.
Yay.
22 months you've been a member? He's a member. That's fucking awesome. Have
Good
friends pulling the age card now, and he, dear leader, isn't running anymore. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I've seen that shit going around quite a bit in the last 48 hours or so.
But
Wait,
she
so what
did
is he
fumble
saying?
over her words that said it was a recording.
So they're basically saying that Trump is too old to run now because Kamala's only like 59 or something.
Man, it's been a hard 59 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, no shit.
Well,
Looks
it's
like
been
she's been
hard.
through the ringer for 59 years.
It's been hard. That's for sure.
Montel
She's been-
Williams ran her through, didn't he?
She's been rode hard and put up wet one too many times.
And Road
And then she rewarded a bunch of dudes in prison that were all innocent too. There's all those stories coming out now in this week.
What is this? Made offer on National Guard Armory compound today.
Oh, Daniel, I'm coming over. That's cool.
Are you okay? Did you made an offer, but did you make an offer that might win? Because
It's
I could make
fucking
an offer.
Daniel. He's
I'd be
low.
like $5 for the military company.
$5. And some
Looks like
hot
No one
No,
else
we're
makes
not
an offer, I
going.
win.
$5 and some hot tour.
Did you see the fucking government accidentally sent $6 billion extra dollars to fucking Ukraine?
Oh, yeah.
No. Accidentally?
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, they undervalued a bunch of equipment and then sent it over there and said, "Oh yeah, it's only worth like $4 billion." And then like when someone audited them, they were like, "Oh no, that wasn't $4 billion. That was $10 billion."
Ooh, what happened when Trump did that about his property? Oh, maybe we better give him a big ass fucking fine in court.
Well, he's about to get exonerated on all charges in New York. All the 34 fucking felonies, they're about to go away because the Supreme Court is going to hear. There's a lawsuit based upon the First Amendment rights of, I think it's Missouri, against the state of New York, which has to be heard by the Supreme Court, and it's specifically having to do with the partisan lawfare that's going on against the president in an attempt to keep him from talking during an election season.
No, that checks out.
And it makes a lot of sense. I think it makes a lot of sense.
In which they should be going to jail for that.
Well, at least like it needs to be immediately dropped and the gag order needs to be taken away because there's still a gag order in place.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, a gag order is meant to protect the defendant, not the state. So it makes no sense in this case to have a gag order. And he should be able to say whatever he wants to say about whoever he wants to say running for president, because people need to know who they're voting for. And if there's things he can't talk about, then they don't know who they're voting for.
100%.
Oh, who the fuck
the
is...
Missouri lawsuit in the back chat?
Hold on. Who is user 33428874659990?
I'm going to say Infernus.
Nope. Sig P226 nut. Run.
Hello?
Ray.
Well, if you can get your microphone unmuted and figured out, then you could talk.
We're going to play
I think I know who it might be. Hold on. Give me a second, boys.
I don't know. This seems a little shady.
If the camera turns on, it's a ceiling fan. We all need to run for our lives.
Matt.
Duke.
Why are you only drinking a cup of spit?
Van Drake.
I'm scared. We're in danger.
I'm not. I got two
FBI,
guns right
okay.
here, bitch.
FBI.
Daniel's a baller.
Yeah. Would you like to have a 40 size hole punch through your face or a 9 mil size hole punch through your face?
Is
How
it
about
a-
no holes punched through my face?
Neither.
I don't
I'm
even
not
want a
into
piercing.
piercings.
I don't even want a piercing, bro.
Fair enough.
Like, okay, the girl piercing when they get their nose pierced, doesn't it just look like a cartoon pig?
You mean the septum piercings? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also
You
makes
just
you look mentally ill too on that.
You just look like a pig now. And then, like, if I ever was, like, really, 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 really angry at you and wanted to hurt you really bad, you gave me a really easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a
Anyway.
problem with it.
I just think it's gross.
Leo has his nuts gauged.
I don't think it's meant for men. I think it's a lesbian thing.
Not really.
Man, fuck lesbians.
I wish.
Crying.
I was told don't offer it unless I wanted it. Don't offer it unless... So...
That means they want to get rid of it.
the fuck
Quit it.
is that?
There's a queef. It's fine.
Who are you? You're obviously unmuted now, so don't be
He's
a
a
faggot.
fed. He's a fed. Kick him out.
Don't be a faggot and speak. Speak faggot and enter. Okay, well, there's
All
that.
right. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Now I'm kind of fucking freaked out. Like, look at that picture, bro.
Speak
Well, you know who all you sent links to.
And then he hissed. Well, I sent links to like 50 people because I send links to 50 people all the time.
Damn it, Honda.
Oh, I thought I was privileged.
I mean, you are.
Well, you're one of 50.
You're one of 50, so we know it's not these bunch of gents.
That's pretty
I'm
special.
semi-limited edition.
Oh, a couple that shoots is messaging me right now because he's a fag too.
Oh, nice.
Fuck that piece of shit.
But I certainly did not send him a link. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck this is. It's okay though.
Run the Dark Man watches says user whatever.
Nice, good.
I'm
Anyway,
here for you all. Creepy.
anyway,
We're gonna die.
fucking shut up. Jesus Christ. Daniel dropped in $2 and said roughly 30,000 square feet of building under the root. Holy shit, dude.
Damn.
I'm moving in with Daniel. I'll never even know I'm there.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little complex for sure.
Oh, what up, Grumpy Bear? Stephen Carroll dropped in $5. Said, can't make the jump to full gay frog, but glad to support any way I can. Hey, I do appreciate it, good sir. I really actually do.
That a boy, Stephen
You
Carroll.
can stay. You can stay a transgender tadpole.
User. Chasing Ghost says, cool bike, dude. Yeah, thank you. I might actually be selling the Ninja now.
Wow.
Because to be fair, I don't have room for 2 bikes, and I've had a number of sport bikes, but this is the first dual sport that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want a dual sport for a while. I don't know. I might sell this too, and then just have like a bunch of money and like fucking wait till the winter and buy like do it again, you know, except for with more money. You know what I'm saying?
Except by 10 bikes.
Making
Well, no.
obstacles.
What I would do is like, you know, like how I bought like a $2,500 bike for $500.
Yeah.
I'd buy like a $7,000 bike for like $5,000. You know what I mean?
Is Grumpy fapping it?
Yes,
Yeah,
very vigorously.
you got something going on in the background.
Are either of your boys interested in riding motorcycles?
Hell no, and I don't want them to be.
Well, both of my sons ride with me. It's pretty awesome.
I'm just like, I want them to have a good amount of experience driving on the road so that they can anticipate what people are going to do around them based upon their experience in a car for a couple of years at least. And then get past that like teenage angst, fucking early 20s, fucking testosterone period also before they ever even think about getting a bike. Because that's when most people that I know that have gotten hurt seriously or have died on a bike have done it. It's when they're like 20.
I think both my sons were about 20 years old when they first started riding.
And I'm not saying it's everybody that does that. I'm just saying, like, I've seen it enough to where it scares me, and I don't like. I was 30 fucking 2 when I got my first bike, so I waited, you know, probably for financial reasons. I would have got one about 10 years earlier, to be honest, if it wasn't for other things. But yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those things. Like, if you want a bike, you're gonna want a bike, and if you want a bike, then you're gonna figure out how to get a bike eventually. And I don't want to be the facilitator of that and then have something happen to him. If he wants to get a bike later on in life, when he's paying his own rent and he's living on his own and he's got his shit together and he's got an extra money to actually buy a fucking bike, then at that point, number 1, I can't stop him. Number 2, I have nothing to do with it. Number 3, it's on him. Number 4, he's had years of experience driving on the road before he ever even got a bike because I didn't help him just fucking jump into it. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
So, yeah, if he wants to, go ahead. When you're living on your own and you've got your shit together and you're paying all your bills and you've got extra money, at that point, pull the trigger, bro. That's on you. I'm not helping you. I'm not financing it. I'm not condoning it. I'm not, like, nothing, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How are your boys on guns? I don't think you've ever really talked about that much.
Yeah, they like him. We go shooting on occasion. They know how to use them. It's not like central to them like it is to me, you know. But they know they're there. They know how to get them. They know how to use them. They know how to load them. They know how to use them safely. So,
Have you thought about what you're going to give your boy when he turns 18?
he already turned 18. And basically what I gave him was the code to the safe. But yeah. Stephen Carroll. Oh, good. Never mind. Stephen Carroll says, I'm a trans frog. I identify as a toad.
Sure you do.
Calhoun says, spooky dude passed out like a bitch. LOL. Yeah, what the fuck was that? Was that you,
And
Whitney
then they
Howler?
left.
Because like right when he dropped out, you came in.
Oh, no, I was on the phone. And then I saw that I had an invite, so I joined.
Sure. Sure.
Likely story.
Who's my doppelganger?
It's like you never see Clark Kent and Superman in the same place for some reason. Not at the same time, anyway.
Who dropped out?
We don't know.
We
That's
don't
the
know.
thing.
Oh, so
mystery in the tub.
So
Go back and look at that fucking picture.
Oh, now you're just playing stupid. Okay, sure.
Yes.
The most likely suspect is Gay Ray.
It was E. Rhonda.
I don't think Honda would send that person a link.
MSB 9021 says buying and selling motorcycles, an investment opportunity for sure. Just be careful. You can buy a bike broker or a broke biker. Or a broke biker. Here's a little bit towards that.
Biker.
Keep us all posted. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. Like, it's my boss who wants to buy my Ninja. And, like, he said, like, how much? Knowing that I spent $1,000 on this bike. And I was like, MSRP. And he's like, how much is that? $2,600. Like, if he comes up with $2,600 for a bike that I don't really want to sell, I guess I'll sell it. And then I'll have this KLR, which is worth at least $2,500. And that's like the sell it now price, you know, $3,000 maybe. So between them, that's $5,000. And then I just wait till December with that $5,000 and fucking buy like a $7,000-8,000 bike for $5,000 because someone's gonna, you know, no one's got $5,000 in the middle of the winter to spend on a motorcycle. And when people are trying to sell motorcycles in the middle of winter, they take a lot less for them here. That's how you do it, dude. And you're not buying a broke bike. You go over there, you check it out, you start it. Like this time with the fucking KLR, it was a bit of a risk, I'll admit, because I'd never heard it run before. You know, like it didn't run when we went over there. But a little bit of know-how from a friend and a little bit of help, and it only took us about 4 hours of work. And that thing fucking purrs now, man. And that was like 4 hours of work because neither one of us knew what we were doing, really. Like, we watched some YouTube videos and, you know, didn't have all the right tools and fucking made it work anyway.
How does it run?
Like, fucking new, dude.
Hell yeah. You can't ask for much more than that. Getting it for the price you got it for, so win-win.
I don't know, like, these particular bikes are pretty fucking underpowered. That's the only thing about it. But, like, they're great for off-road. And they can get going fast enough to be on the highway, so that, you know, they're highway capable. So they are like a little bit of a do-everything bike, but the motor's very underwhelming, especially coming from bikes that make like 70, 80 horsepower to this. It's like, ugh. But it's fine. It's fun. And it's a lot more stressful to ride. Like, I went for like a 4-hour ride today, and I came home, and like, usually, like, after a 4-hour ride, like, I'll just need to take a shower or something as you get all sweaty and stuff. But I needed to take a fucking nap today because, I don't know, I'm just not used to the off-road and fucking seating position and standing up on the bike as much and doing all the things. And I was covered in mud when I got home, bro. Like, I had to fucking take a shower, basically, just to get the mud off. It wasn't even the sweat. But I don't know. And I also need some different gear for this bike, too, if I'm going to keep it. Which is basically some motocross boots is what I need.
How
if you have
how often did you ride your Ninja?
all the time, all the time.
So it's not something you're interested in selling.
I wasn't planning on selling it, but if he gives me full MSRP for it, then even with that $2,600, I can do the same thing. Wait till the middle of winter and buy like a $4,500 bike for or like a $5,000 bike for $2,500. Because again, that's just the way it fucking works here.
Yeah.
I always get nervous when I got a pocket full of cash, though. Something always shows up to suck it up.
Yeah, that does happen. Like, oh, the dentist or whatever. Yeah, I get it, bro. I do get it. Daniel says, did you watch the Elon interview? Feel bad for him. No, I did not. What Elon interview?
He was talking about how one of his older sons transitioned and he basically died. He lost his son, is what he was saying.
Yeah, he was saying how he fights against the woke mind pirates now because of that.
Wow. Damn.
Did you see the
I don't think his son died, but it's kind of like his son died.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have two sons. If one of them was suddenly a daughter, I would be... I don't know what I would do. But that's how they get you, dude. They're like, would you rather have a live daughter or a dead son? It's like, well, shit.
So fucked up, dude,
That's
that they
what they
do
did
that
with
to people.
that Chloe Cole girl. They told her parents, they're like, do you want a live son or a dead daughter? And they transitioned that kid at like 10.
Dude, it's going to be like children of the 80s. Like, oh, I can't believe we dressed in all black and goth and stuff. Like children of the 90s. Like, I don't know what you guys did, And children of the 2000s. Like, if you're born in the 2000s, it was like those weird hats or whatever that people would wear. And nowadays, it's like, oh, I cut my dick off.
It's generational genocide is what it is.
Not my dick.
Yep.
I got a mastectomy. I cut my tits off. Now I can't be a woman.
Somebody cut my tits off.
You can pay someone for that.
I've known a guy that had that done because of the breast-like appearance.
Everyone, please donate to Tactical Muffin Top's breast reduction surgery. No, it says breast reduction surgery.
I need it bad.
Because he's still going to have breasts at the end, but they will be reduced.
That's that gynecomastia.
Right.
I blame the Adderall. They gave me female breasts. Where's my lawsuit?
Oh man, we got a full house tonight.
All right. Hey, did anybody catch the Yellowstone video?
No. Oh yes, Yellowstone video. Yes, the fucking the geyser or whatever that fucking blew up.
I
was just watching that right before we hopped in here.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Do you think Yellowstone's
hot water?
Do you think that Yellowstone is about to explode?
If it does, we're all fucked.
This would be the year, wouldn't it?
It would, yes, it would.
I'm gonna say no because we had volcanoes do little spurts here and there. They're probably releasing some of that eruption.
But the simulation is speeding up.
If it goes off, I'm blaming Hillary Clinton.
That's the center square on my bingo card. If I hit that, I got bingo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there has been some volcano eruptions this year too. What was it in Greenland or something like that? Somewhere in like the Scandinavian countries. Iceland. Okay.
They always have fucking volcanoes, dude. That's nothing new.
Hey,
Isn't it like? Isn't Yellowstone like thousands of miles or thousands of years overdue?
They say that, yeah. They've been saying that for a while. That it's well overdue.
Well, actually, if you look at Yellowstone on a map of the history of its eruptions, it actually moves. So if you go back like 100,000 years, it was a little bit to the southwest of where it is now. And like 100,000 years before that, it was further to the southwest, and it goes all the way into the fucking Pacific Ocean. Because basically, it's like they think it's a hot spot underneath, like near the core of the Earth, that just sends up like fucking like extra hot magma above wherever it's at. And since we live on plate tectonics, the plates fucking rotate slowly over time and move, but this is a stationary point inside the Earth, right? And so when the plates move over it, the where the supervolcano is moves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been there for like 100 million years or something.
I
Hey,
guess
Honda,
I've never heard a flat earther's explanation for plate tectonics. So
Who said "Hey Honda" and then said
It
nothing?
was me. I don't know who you let in a while ago, but did you see the message that we just got in the group text from Duke?
No, what?
Someone is calling his phone screaming, "I am for real," and hanging up.
What the fuck?
Oh God.
Someone keeps
Like-
calling my
like-
phone screaming that they are the user from YouTube and you guys are pranking me. Can't tell me the number for real.
So that's Matt.
Well, we got a chat that says that too. I am for real. I didn't see.
Who the fuck did you let in? I am here for you all. Jesus Christ.
I'm not. Are you guys afraid?
No, I'm
No.
good. I got 2 guns right here.
Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah, right. It's just fucking weird.
It's funny how
Probably Matt. Sounds like something Matt would do.
It's funny
really
how
does.
Duke gets all afraid about everything all the time.
Yeah, right.
Like everything, dude.
If I
Ray
just
Ray-
had a right,
Ray
if I
Ray's
just had a
off his- God
Man,
damn
there's too many damn people in here.
I would say if I just had a bet, I still wouldn't be afraid.
If you couldn't
Now
have a
you-
gun, what would you use for self-defense? I was asking this the other. Like, if you're in Japan and you couldn't have guns, what would you use?
Knife, club, hatchet.
Karate.
Jesus Christ, you're gonna just murder someone, bro. Knife, club, hatchet. Who are you, fucking? What's his name from The Patriot?
Yeah. Oh, sharpened deer antler. That's the
Just
one.
you're just hatcheting, antlering people to death.
No,
Narwhal tusk.
tusk.
Oh, nice.
Well, I didn't
Jinx.
say England. That's England, obviously.
Japan, right? It's just straight karate.
Yeah, you just need a
So
samurai
Duke's in his
sword, bro.
basement, just loaded for bear right now.
You just carry a katana with you, bro.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
offensive, Muffin Top.
Who wants to be ninja?
Why?
Or a tanto. Carry a tanto.
Because I'm fucking grumpy and I'm a bear. God damn it.
Oh, Jesus, it's 2024. If you haven't been offended by now, get the fuck out of here.
I know, right?
Someone hasn't had their cocaine.
Cocaine bag.
I'd be afraid to carry a sword in Japan. I'd
No,
be
you don't
afraid to carry a
it.
sword in Japan.
You don't carry it.
Somebody
You just
else
have
might
it.
actually know how to use it. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
That's what classes are for.
Snuffleupagus says, "Yo, where you been, bro?"
If you
Haven't
could
seen
take
him in a minute.
a concealed carry class, then you should take a sword class while you're there.
Ninja
Sup,
Star.
Snuffleupagus. You
Of course, it
bitch.
takes years.
You
Right.
bitch ass fucking extinct mammal. Fucking. I was thinking about buying one of your tusks today, actually. You can
And then
buy
you got
fucking
it,
mammoth
too.
tusks online for like $6,000. It would take all my motorcycle money, but I could have one mammoth tusk. Is it worth it?
You do that and buy a Gen 2 Glock 17.
What you do is you take a 1911, then you cut some grips out of it.
That's what I was gonna say. You make like
Did you guys
$70,000 for the 1911.
Did you guys see that fucking the post that I made in Discord today that I can't talk about on YouTube specifically?
Yeah, that was a hell of a deal.
For 200 bones, bro?
Muffin.
Yeah, that was a great deal. I think there's still some left too.
Oh shit. Here we go again. Hold on.
Welper, I heard a click. Got the 23, 6 mags. Let's do this shit.
What's the click that he's talking
I
about?
got an emotional support AR right here.
I'm driving through New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Oh fuck! 2 guns isn't enough.
I have no guns.
Oh shit! You need a club, a knife, and a hatchet quick.
Poor Duke.
I have a tire thumper. That's all I got.
Some glow sticks and a rape whistle.
Ain't nothing wrong with a tire thumper.
I can't tell
It's
if Duke's scared or if he's pissed by that text that he just sent.
Duke's scared. He's terrified.
Yeah, Duke's not sleeping tonight. He's gonna be up all fucking
He's
night.
always terrified. Remember when the wind blew and a fucking wire broke and he thought there was like fucking aliens outside or fucking CIA or something?
That's probably some
Someone cut his
PTSD,
fucking
to be
power
honest.
line. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
it's like, well, or the wind. I don't know. Like,
That's probably some
seems like a
PTSD.
let's do the fucking what's that razor that you do, the Occam's one, where you cut to
Occam's
the
razor.
the most simple explanations, usually the correct one, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes that applies. I'm not saying always, but yeah.
What kind of childhood trauma causes you to be that jumpy?
His cousins
Duck
tied him
him.
to a tree and left him till after the sun went down.
And a skinwalker raped him.
That didn't happen.
No, we're making that Duke canon right now tonight. A
Why do you always got to
skinwalker
take
raped him.
things one step further than they need to?
It's my thing.
Skinwalker rape, really?
Yeah. Oh, like if it wasn't going to happen to somebody, it was going to be Duke.
He speaks from
Well, if that were
experience,
the
is what it
case, the
is.
Skinwalker would have became him.
No.
Well, then why wouldn't the Skinwalkers just live on that island?
Duke
The other one.
showed him
I'll
how to
take-
escape.
I'm taking one past Skinwalker rape and doppelganger rape. Duke rapes himself.
Oh,
Dude, future Duke comes back to the past and rapes his past self so that he can get rid of the traumas.
We call it more.
he gets caught in a looper of rape.
But not realizing that he caused the traumas to begin with his time travel rape.
Ooh, skinwalkers look like
Oh, this
whatever
is
you
a
want them
fucking
to.
that's a fucking movie right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, we're
right.
Loaded. We got the plot.
We need Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's a Hallmark movie.
No,
But
this is not
but
some one-star fucking movie.
I don't think you can change the past though, because as soon as you change the past, the reason for you to go back in time is gone. So you never go back in time.
But then you walk the Stargate and you're good to go.
No, so it's a multiverse Duke that goes around to all of the different multiverses and Duke rapes all of the multiverse Dukes.
Oh shit,
I wonder if Duke's listening to this chat.
that sucks. Duke has a multiverse raper. That means there's
Nightmare
multiple
Jet.
Duke rapists.
Hey, Honda.
Yeah.
Here's
I've
a
lost
question.
control of this chat, by the way.
Here's a question. Can you click on that link I post and see if you agree with that question or not?
What the fuck did you just post?
Right,
It's the same thing I posted further up. It's a
Oh, you did?
Well, there's
great message to Kamala voters.
Oh, okay.
you have 3 links here.
Just the first one.
Well, well, thank you. I've clicked on the second and the third one. Now I'll click on the first.
That makes it easy.
I start from the bottom.
Now we're here.
Oh, hold on. Let me share this, I guess.
Great. Now Kawasaki.
Is this
named
shareable,
it on
actually?
Facebook.
Should I share this? Or is this something
Well,
that...
if you want to pre-watch it, it's like quick.
well, what is it? Is it... Am I able to share it or not?
Yes.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Okay, well, then I'm going to share this.
It,
she's
it
not-
has the F word
Yeah.
in it, so
Well, I don't fucking care about that.
okay.
That'd be the tamest thing said so far.
Okay, shh.
If you're a man and you vote for a woman to be president, you're a faggot.
Well, there's that. I mean, she said
Yeah,
it,
that
not me.
checks out.
I may have laughed, but the
Uh,
laughing on Honda chat does not condone, nor does it deny anyone else's point of view.
Play it
The
again.
views espoused on this channel are the owners
Play it
of
again.
the viewers themselves. Okay, did you hear hackers have stolen and leaked internal documents stolen from Leidos Holdings, one of the largest IT services providers to the Pentagon, Homeland Security, NSA, NASA, and other government agencies?
It's probably just an update error.
You remember when China hacked like fucking Boeing and Lockheed Martin and stole all of their like cutting edge technology that they
Schematic.
were working on?
Yeah.
And now China's spending a bunch of money building drones and crazy shit. You see their drone carrier that they have?
Yeah.
Like a drone carrier that can take out like 15 aircraft carriers by itself.
Shit.
Yep.
Because they were like, why would we build an aircraft carrier when we could just build a drone carrier? Because the shit's better.
Do you remember when North Korea hacked Sony over the movie The Interview?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That
was pretty funny.
I didn't know North Korea was able to hack anybody.
They tried.
They probably got help.
All right, what do you guys think? What kind of optics on this thing?
A fixed prism.
Hollow Sun,
So-
or not Hollow Sun, EOTech.
I had seen that the local ATF officer commented on the gun as being a DPMS and stated that it was unremarkable. But looking at that footage earlier today, like that the still is from, it really looks like a Springfield Saint.
I don't care about the gun. I'm talking about the optic. And to me,
that's
and to me, it looks like a fucking 3 to 9 fucking Bushnell. It looks like the cheapest bottom of the barrel bullshit possible that you could possibly ever fucking hope to put on a rifle, like $65 on Amazon type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he just fucking that's what he used. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, and they've been saying that the gun's 10 years old, so it could be an old optic, or it just could have been something cheap the dad bought because not having a lot of money.
Right. I was about to say probably from Walmart.
Yeah.
Well, didn't his parents call the police while he was like on the way or at the fucking site or whatever, saying like, "Oh, our son's gone and he hates Trump and there's 30 guns that are missing" or something like that? I remember hearing a report about this.
I haven't heard that, no.
Yeah, there was something like that.
But there's been so many fucking reports lately. Like, you don't know what to believe. It's like fog of war type shit, you know? And like half the
Yeah.
shit you hear is misinformation or whatever because it's just someone being like, I heard that he used whatever from the fucking grassy knoll. God damn it.
All that info that just came out about the cell phone location data.
Oh, and him visiting FBI headquarters or something like that?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, supposedly that one was FBI visiting him and then a DC office.
Again, weird. Have you ever been visited by the FBI? Hey, tactical or fucking Ohio, shut up. Everyone else? That's right. No one has ever in the history of, except for Ohio. Everyone else has never been ever fucking molested by.
Except
the
for
government.
Ohio.
Technically, I have, but I liked it.
Of course you would, Leo.
It doesn't count then.
It was by another woman, you know, not a guy.
And she hopped to it on you?
And I was a teenager, so.
Another woman?
Yeah, I can't zoom any further there, Calhoun. It is what it is. I mean, I can try maybe. There you go. That's as big as it. It still looks like a 3 to 9 to me.
Yeah.
Because it goes
Take a
from
pic-
right here to right here. You can see some sort of white band right here, which is like something that you would see on a 3 to 9 scope, as well as here. So there's like the two fucking bands maybe, or just like that warning label writing that they put on cheap scopes or whatever, you know? It's honestly what it looks like to me.
Take a screenshot. You put a zoom in on it further.
Just like old school porn.
Show us where they touched you, Ohio.
Everywhere, and it was not fun.
Yes, it was. You liked it.
Well, as they say, the punishment is the process.
No, seriously though, that guy that was the discount Hank Schrader definitely wanted to fight me.
Did you guys watch any of the Secret Service director fucking talking to Congress in the last day and a half or whatever it was that it went on for?
I watched the Coleon Noir video of it.
It was pretty maddening. I watched probably, I don't know, like an hour of it, maybe, not even that long. But this bitch did not answer any fucking questions at all. Everything was, I don't recall, I don't know, I'll refer to the FBI investigation. That's not my purview. I am not aware of that. I don't know. I'll refer you to the FBI. Like, that's everything that she said.
She's going to be the second sacrificial goat.
Yeah, I forget who the.
It's a pending
was asking
investigation.
the question, but she was literally like, "Oh, we have the timeline from the FBI, but we're not going to give it to you guys." It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they got to fucking figure out their timeline that works with the evidence that's come out so far.
Exactly.
And if they come out with a timeline now, and then new evidence comes out later, then they look like liars. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, just to play devil's advocate from a self-preservation scope of things, that was a pretty masterful job. She didn't perjure because she didn't say anything. So these people are just like politicians. They, that's all they are. Just
I get it, but the thing is, it's like, what is even the point of this? Because every time they ever call someone in front of Congress to answer questions from Congress, unless it's someone who's friendly, who isn't being like fucking put on the spot, who doesn't work for the government, who isn't defending some fucking Waco type situation or whatever, they don't ever say shit. They never answer shit. You get nothing out of them whatsoever. Period. Ever. End of story. And if you ever watch it, you just want to fucking do some stuff that'll get you can't finish that sentence.
Well, it's political theater. It's rage bait for the right on this one. That's all it is. Did you think there was going to be... There's no justice to be served. They're not looking for that. They're just kind of fluffing the right a little bit with this.
Right,
and
but
then
how long
in
do you have a country if there's no justice? How long can you hold a country together?
I would
with
venture to argue
blatant injustice.
I would venture to argue it's been this way since post-World War II. So we're going on 70, 80 years of it. So.
But it hasn't been blatant. It's been blatant recently.
It's blatant because we have the internet now. It's always been this way. But because we can see it now in real time with the internet, that's why it's blatant.
I agree with that.
It's where they didn't touch you.
I think some of it, more or less, is just to show how idiotic some of these Congress people are. Specifically, Jasmine Crockett and Arnett Presley going full anti-white racist today or yesterday, whenever that was.
I have no idea what you just said.
Both Presley and Crockett went full anti-white racist during their interview questioning.
Oh. I heard you that time. Daniel says, you see Trump now came out against the SS? The Social Security?
Secret Service.
The Secret Service. Oh, that makes way more sense than Social Security.
I was thinking the other SS.
Yeah, well, that was my second thought, but I didn't want to start there. You know what I mean?
Damn it, Malone.
Well, plus, I thought he came out against the SS a long time ago when he denounced neo-Nazis like a million times, and then they said that he didn't or whatever. You remember that? Yeah. I remember that. Pepperidge Farms remembers that.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they did a pretty bad job. And it seems like Trump's really, 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 really fucking lucky to be alive. Like, if you had 3 shots at a man-sized target at 130 yards, what are the odds you miss all 3?
You only get 1 shot. Do not miss your... Oh, too soon?
No, I'm saying, I literally just asked a question. You have 130 yards, man-sized target, AR-15, shitty 3-9 scope.
Dead.
Right? What are the odds you miss all 3 rounds?
Not very.
Oh, well, if you suck at shooting,
still apparently high. Very good.
Yeah, still high. But technically, he didn't really suck at shooting.
I didn't say him. Contact. I said you.
No, I'm saying I'm putting myself in his position. Like,
shitty gun, shitty scope. Probably not
Like,
sighted in.
I mean,
I
like,
mean,
right,
if it's
all it
way
took was
off,
a head
then
turn.
how did he hit him in the fucking ear, bro?
Right, that's what I'm saying. All it took was a head turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But
it
now,
wasn't.
me personally,
That shit
I
was
probably would've
sighted in. Obviously, it was sighted
Right.
in.
Me
It was
personally, with a rifle,
100% sighted in.
yeah. I said, me personally, with a rifle, I still missed all 3 shots.
That's good. At least
Yeah.
you're honest.
Yeah.
No, according to Infernus's Project 2025, he endorses the OGSS.
That's true. Infernus says.
I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're Trump and you're like, hey, there's this like conservative think tank that said a bunch of stuff, and it's like a Venn diagram, right?
Mhm.
Here's the things on the Republican platform, and here's the things that Trump stands for. And at some point in the middle, there's going to be some overlap, right? But there's going to be some things that Trump stands for that aren't part of this Project 2025 thing, and there's going to be things that are part of the Project 2025 that Trump doesn't like. You know what I mean? And he specifically said, "Hey, I have nothing to do with this. This is not my plan. This is not my platform. This is not what I'm running on. This is not what my administration is trying to accomplish. There are some things that are on their list because of the Venn diagram thing, but that doesn't mean that everything on their list is my list. And people are taking this list of things that are, I don't know, there's a couple things on there that sound a little crazy or whatever, but it's not even Trump's list." And he's specifically said that online and in interviews, like when directly asked about it. Hey, what do you know about this? And he was even like, yeah, I don't know much about it, but it's not anything to do with me. You know, like I didn't do that. It's like, what else do you want from him?
The more and more that I've looked into it and kind of read about Vance a little bit, the more I really don't like him as a pick. I think he's a skull and bones, Yale muckety muck, and I don't really trust the word that guy says. I think he's a plant.
Ohio?
I don't know. I'm gonna do some deep dives more into JD Vance at this point. Like I said, everything I know about him is stuff I've learned in the last few years. And the only reason I even voted for him in 2022 for the Senate is because it was either him or that piece of shit Tim Ryan, who literally talked about killing the MAGA movement. And there's no way I'm letting that fucking Democrat get into power again. So it was basically Vance or nothing. That being said,
yeah.
JD does have ties to Peter Thiel, and that was what kind of like, I know Thiel has ties to Bilderberg is what it is. And yeah, there's all that stuff, and it's just, there's a lot of weirdness there. So I don't know if he's legit on the level or not. I mean, he seems like he could be, at least some extent anyway. I know he cares about family, but, does he really care about this country is the question.
Well, he probably cares about his family.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I'm just saying the whole Bilderberger, skull and bones, Yale graduate, I mean, that has ties to CIA stuff and that group of people of the cabal. I'm just saying, I don't think it was a good pick.
Well, the thing is, in the last couple of years of Trump's presidency, he sent Kushner and Pompeo to be his proxies at Bilderberg.
Well, hell, aren't most of them all in some type of Bilderberg?
Well, and this is the thing. This is the thing too. You got to realize about the Bilderberg group meetings is you have the giant ballroom that everybody's hanging out in to do like backdoor shady ass deals, and then you have the fucking side ballroom where Soros and all the Rothschild families and all those people are at that are going to cut deals with you to become like a future politician type. The question is, did they go into those fucking rooms?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with Lawfully Armed to a point, though, or whoever said that. Who was that was saying Pat Riot? I'm not sure who said that. About JD Vance being a cabal member or whatever, potentially. Because I don't fucking know who he is. I know nothing about him, except for all of a sudden out of left field, he's like Trump's best friend, right? I had like literally never heard the name JD Vance and had it fucking stick in my brain. Maybe I've heard it, but I can't recall. I know nothing about anything that he's ever done. I've heard him speak and, great. Like, he said some things. But that don't mean shit to me, man. That does not mean a fucking thing to me in 2024.
We know Trump isn't notorious. I mean, he isn't good at picking his running mates or picking good people to begin with. So
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
think you should have picked fucking Tulsi Gabbard.
I
That would have
heard
been
a
the
That would
theory
have been better.
that he picked him because they know if Trump gets schwacked that he's going to be worse as far as policy and everything they don't like, and he's going to run with it. So I think he picked him to be
His
the
successor.
lesser of
backup
the
plan,
two
nuclear
evils.
option.
Dude, in that case, he should have picked Vivek Ramaswamy.
No,
I
I'm
agree.
glad he didn't pick Vivek.
I like Vivek.
That dude is just a fucking Obama 2.0. He plagiarized Obama's speeches and shit, said almost exact same thing. I don't trust that son of a bitch.
Well, those are probably his writers and not him, and he didn't know it.
I
I
just don't
saw
trust any of these motherfuckers. I didn't even trust Trump when he first got in office until there were like 15 things that like the only reason I like Trump to begin with is because everyone that I hate fucking hated him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, all of the media who I don't trust say he's a bad guy. And all of the politicians who I don't like are against him and think that his policies are bad.
Well,
Like,
I know
maybe
when
he's the
Trump.
guy.
I know when Trump was running. One thing I was, looking forward to if he won is, we know Trump's a great businessman. We've always known that. I mean, he's done some bad things, but for the most part, he's been successful. So if he ran the country more like a business, it was, different than what we've had before, and it might actually would be better. So, I mean, for the most part, Trump didn't do that bad the first round. He did some fucked up shit that I didn't agree with, but he was better than Hillary. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he also created no new wars either.
shit. I
That
could
too.
afford groceries when he was in office.
I could afford to buy guns when Trump was in office.
The only thing that
Exactly.
Trump did that I didn't like was his use of the ATF to go after bump stocks.
Well, that, and he was trying to run fucking pipelines through Indians' territory.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck
So-
about that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they could have done that.
He bought the COVID stuff, hook, line, and sinker. Right
He
off
did.
the
Yeah,
bat.
okay, that would be the
Damn
other
sure
one.
did.
Right,
He didn't
that
know
would be-
anything about it. He went with his advisory team.
Right.
Right.
At the time, almost damn near everybody bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really hold that one against him as much, but yeah, the fact that he stood by the jab for so long, though,
And still does.
no, he doesn't anymore. He at least doesn't talk about it anymore.
There's that leaked phone call with JFK
RFK.
or RFK. Yeah, yeah.
I was about to say, damn, right? That's news.
Exactly.
Where
yeah,
the fuck
right.
is that been?
Speaking of ghosts.
But I saw that too, that phone call. I mean, it was kind of much of a nothing burger, honestly, because
Wait a minute. Where was Trump during the Kennedy assassination?
Wait a minute.
in Dallas. No, I'm sorry.
It's in New York.
Was he on another grassy knoll?
You know, that's where Bush Sr. was.
Yep.
Yep.
Literally, he was in Dallas during the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, he was the
And
CIA.
then later claimed to not remember where he was.
Did he
Yeah.
get a letter just like other people at the funeral?
So was Woody Harrelson's dad.
No, he was the one who sealed the letters.
I knew it.
Wasn't it funny when he accused Ted Cruz's dad of being the shooter?
Yeah, right.
That was some pretty trolly shit. I appreciated it.
I like the Ted Cruz Zodiac Killer thing.
Oh yeah, that's what the Cruz thing was. Yeah, it wasn't the grassy knoll. That was funny.
Daniel says, J.D. Vance, he's at least 10 times better than Kamala. Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know, man. If he's a poison apple, he's like actually worse. Because Kamala we would fight against, but a poison apple we would support until it's already poisoned us. You know,
Right.
so it would actually be worse.
Yeah, because
Well, he is from Ohio, and we know what Ohio is pretty much famous for, and that's
Being the worst state in
Serial
America.
killers.
serial killers.
Hey, we are not the worst state in America. We're like
Yes.
34th or something in line.
You don't even have trains that go there anymore.
Not true.
Anymore.
We have a lot of
All I
trains.
know about Ohio is the Drew
It
Carey
just
show.
happens to be bullshit derailments that cause the thing.
All right, High Point lovers.
Wasn't it Chappelle who said, Ohio, which in Indian means land of poor white people?
There is a lot of poor white people in this state, I'll tell you that right now.
He's going to give us the Kennedy alien and 911 files, 9/11 files.
Ooh.
Well, he tried to give us the Kennedy files, but unfortunately, the CIA forgot that they forgot their highlighter that day and used a marker instead. So
Yeah.
He tried to tell us that beams can't melt from, what was it again, Honda?
Jet fuel.
There was
Helicopter juice.
I'll melt you in jet fuel, motherfuckers.
there was some
As long as you hot to a honest version.
The trouble is you're all trying
Corey.
to pick a politician.
Corey.
What?
Well, it
Your
was a lot
time
about
out, Corey.
politicians
You're
and running.
grounded.
Just kidding. Corey.
I
Just
know.
kidding.
there was some crazy shit in those Kennedy files. Wasn't there something about the CIA tracking Hitler in South America?
Literally, yes. I brought this
Yeah.
up several times. There
Yeah.
was a little excerpt that was originally in the Kennedy files released by Trump that were gone through and fucking edited by the CIA or whoever does that kind of thing. And they missed a briefing in 1963 with Robert F. Kennedy about the current whereabouts and doings of Adolf Hitler.
Ooh.
See, the bigger question is why they
Did they
go
mi-
after him.
Well, we all known that he didn't die in the bunker. I mean, that was
Oh.
I mean,
the
it's
issue.
obvious, dude. Like, obviously.
Female skull.
Oh yeah,
Like they killed him and burned his body right away, and then like when they did a fucking DNA test on the person that they thought was him, they found it was a woman.
He was transgender.
I'm just saying, bro. Like
Th-
it was pretty fucking obvious from the very get go that whatever the Russians were saying about Hitler's body was not true, and the
Well-
fact that there were hundreds of high level fucking Nazis living in Argentina post World War II, who were, by the way, hunted down by Mossad in the subsequent years, which there's been some really cool books written about, by the way. I would highly recommend some of them. I can't remember their names, though. But if you Google Mossad killing ex-Hitler fucking whatever, and I don't know what you Google, but you'll find it. Anyway, the fact that he was alive in Argentina makes perfect fucking sense. It makes all the sense in the world. And the fact that there's corroborating evidence that was released by Trump in a fucking briefing to Kennedy in 1962 or 3 or whatever it was. It was before he died, obviously.
What
Like-
if it wasn't Russians? What if they were Ukrainians that claimed that?
Then we should go to war and spend billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Well,
The
we already spent
Ukrainian-
that, so
The Ukrainians were Russians back then.
Ooh, the plot twists.
my whole thing about it is why it's since we know he was there, why they didn't want to go after him. I guess they wanted to just keep that lie and just let it stay there.
Yeah, but did they forget-
to stay away?
Because it
Did
didn't
they
make
for-
a difference to the war being over.
Exactly. And America already stole a lot of his scientists and incorporated them into as Americans.
He
So
taught us how to
Well-
fly the UFOs.
Well, it makes us look stupid that we just didn't get him.
right,
Stephen Carroll says,
incompetent.
thinking of running for state level rep in 26, might need to pretend to be a Dem if I actually want to have a chance. You might also want to pretend that you never watched this fucking show. I don't know.
no,
Yeah, right. Change your name.
Just saying.
Use a
Mhm.
pseudonym.
Carol and
That's a
Steve.
good luck on the win if you try to go for it.
Daniel says, I don't buy that he survived. No way he would just go quietly, especially when the resources they had in South America. I mean, the thing is,
mean-
if he became known to people as actually surviving, they would have Gaddafi'd him. They would have fucking like murdered him in the worst fucking way, like put him through all the trials and then murdered him in the worst way. And he knew that, and he knew that he could keep living if he just fucking shuts his mouth and drinks some fucking Argentinian wine and fucking eats some pork or whatever, whatever they do down there. I don't
I
know what they
agree
do in
on that.
Argentina.
Because this is a time when you need to count your losses.
I didn't really expect Biden to step down either, but here we are.
Do you guys think he's actually going to be in the press conference tomorrow, or do you think he's going to be a no-show?
He's going to be a no-show.
I think he's already gone.
He's been
Maybe
gone.
I
If
think
you believe his family member that said that a couple years ago.
Well, no, they said that like Okay, there was a medical emergency, and they rushed him to the airport instead of the hospital. Because if they rushed him to the hospital, then it would have been a local story and wherever he was when that happened. And then they flew him like 5 hours away to get back to the specific hospital that they have in Washington, D.C., where they can cover everything up and keep everything quiet.
Yeah.
And they were flying. Okay, so they flew for 5 hours. It was a 6.5-hour flight. They were flying so fast the jet was shaking the whole time, and people were like reporting on it. I'm like, why are we having to go so fast? And then, like, there's the video of him getting off of the plane and getting into the car, and it takes him. He does 2 steps at a time. He takes like fucking 15 minutes to get. And they, by the way, they use the fucking. I guess there's another part of the plane that they can get on and off of, like in the back of the plane where there's not as many steps. So they used the short ramp. And it still took him forever to get down the ramp. And then he got to the car and he couldn't get inside, and they had to help him inside of the car. Like he's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, and Air Force One has its own like basically trauma bay on it. So
Yeah, they got their own like little hospital on that plane.
That's insane, dude. That you got to have, for the president of the United States, because we keep fucking hiring geriatrics. We got to have a fucking ER on Air Force One just in case.
Yep, need a fucking dementia unit stat.
Right.
We got a fucking pharmacy in the fucking back. Don't worry.
I'm hanging out in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Anyway, where were we at?
That's
Twitter?
one thing I wish would stop is hiring all these fucking geriatrics into fucking any political office.
Give us Musk or give us death.
Like, it needs to be, hey, you have term limits and age limits.
Yep.
So if you want to be in the Senate, cool. You get fucking 2 terms, just like president. You get done with that, I guess you can be president now. If you did 2 terms as a senator, and now you want to be House and president, you get a total of 6 terms, which you got to keep switching. And then at the end of it, if you don't get reelected or you don't fucking make it to president or whatever, or you do your 2 terms, you're done. And then if you're over the age of 65, fuck you. Fuck you. Have you talked to 70-year-olds? They don't know what's going on. Have you talked to 45-year-olds? They're fucking clueless half the fucking time, bro. You just get like fucking, your brain's just clogged with whatever the fuck you do all the fucking time, and you have no clue about the world around you because you're so stuck in your own shit that you can't fucking pull your head out of your ass and fucking look around. And that's the truth for so many fucking people, because they get caught up in their work, and they get caught up in their fucking problems and their family and their life, and they don't know anything beyond that. They don't know anything about anything unless it has to do with like their finance or whatever fucking business that they're in, or their fucking carpet cleaning thing or whatever it is. You know, I don't know what you guys do, but that's not the point. The point is you got to fucking pull your head up, look around you, try to discern the forest from the trees, and realize that we're not here for very long, and you got to leave this place a little bit better than you found it. Otherwise, we're descending to hell.
That's beautiful, Honda.
There needs to be a clause too where they can't step down from office and then immediately turn around and become a lobbyist.
Yeah.
We also
There ought to be like a
politics
decade
too.
removed or something.
All right, check this out. This made me laugh. And can you hear this, by the way?
Should teachers be allowed to
Yeah.
carry
Okay, go.
firearms in their classrooms?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm an advocate of larger gun control, and I think that opening up, like reducing restrictions, is not conducive to how I think the problems of things like mass shootings should be solved.
So let me ask you this. If there was a mass shooter in your classroom, would you rather be in classroom A with a professor with a gun, or classroom B, you all have cell phones and you can call 911? What classroom?
Yeah, I mean, obviously classroom A, but once again, those are such, I guess, we in order for these, I guess, we're painting kind of 2 different pictures of a world. Yours is where people are more generally armed, and mine is where...
And you would choose the classroom where they're more armed.
That individual moment, yes. Right now, if I had to choose those 2 worlds where I'm more... Okay.
Should teachers be...
Somebody
Got
got
him.
stumped.
Yeah, like the Earthbound music.
Right, you hear that old school dial-up of like the internet in his brain.
Okay, here it is.
His brain broke.
Here's the thing I fucked up earlier. Boomers, I can't believe I wore bell bottoms. Gen X, I can't believe I wore my hair like that. Millennials, I can't believe I was goth. Gen Z, I can't believe I cut my dick off.
I know way too many on the millennials, so I said that one.
Oh, the emo phase was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, you got to put back the emo thing back on. You look kind of good with that.
Yeah, I kind of like the goth girls, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the big titty goth girls were the best.
I like the small titty goth girls.
Remember when Rolling Stone came up with the term cheap fakes when referring to deceptively edited videos while they're not actually like fake? They're cheap fake because they edit out the context and make Biden look even older than he is and make it look like he's nothing but he just gaffes all the time. And like if you actually watch the whole speech, you'd realize like he's got it together. But since they cheap faked it, like, oh, those Republicans, they're so bad, they're so evil. Remember that?
Yeah.
Who invented that shit?
Bitches.
The CIA.
Yeah, bitches who work for CNN and MSNBC and ABC and fucking all of the, even Fox News, bro. Fuck Fox News.
All the very fine people.
They're fucking controlled opposition. Fox News, if you watch them and you think that you're getting the truth and you think that you know what's going on, and they've got the little fake conservative and the fake fucking liberal having their fake fucking argument about fake fucking things, then wake the fuck up because you're not living in reality. Best headline ever. This is a good headline. The bullet hit Trump, but it killed Joe Biden.
I like it.
Yeah. Good job, Matthew. Ancona. D'Ancona. Get a new last name. Democrats have been mad at Republicans since we freed their slaves. It's true.
Is this true? Yeah.
Still bitter.
The Slavs.
It's true. Those Southern Democrats, you know, for those who don't know, and I'm sure most people here do, the KKK was the military arm of the Democrat Party. Okay. We got to watch this. This is for Never Enough Ammo, by the way.
No, to the camera. Why? Because I'm gonna hit you in the fucking face with the skateboard as soon as you say the N-word. Because you can't say it. Thank you. You got it on camera? Did you, Asher?
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Damn,
You just let him do it. Because he said the N-word. Never enough ammo. That's not the N-word, obviously. Never enough ammo is not the N-word. Although it should be. I'm going to miss Jill Biden when she...
She's a strong woman.
Oh, my God.
She has a great rock band.
Yeah, yeah.
Wonder if she pulls a Hillary and steals all the furniture and artwork.
I want to see her sing Feed My Frankenstein. Get it? Because it's Alice Cooper? God damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
What did you do to become presidential nominee for your party?
Did you
blew everybody in
to
charge?
become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing, you know?
What did you?
There you go, boys.
Yeah.
You got your
Yeah,
Hawk
what I
Tua.
said earlier.
Is everybody happy now? Is everybody fucking happy now? You got your Hawk Tua. Get it out of your system.
You got to
Hey,
spit
shut
on
the
that
fuck up
thing.
about it, please. Okay, here's this.
Following up from some announcements earlier this year, during the department's regular oversight of our execution of Presidential Drawdown Authority for Ukraine, we discovered inconsistencies in equipment valuation for Ukraine.
Why does this look
in
fake?
a significant number of cases, services used replacement costs rather
Who
than
is this
net book
dude?
value.
Why does she look like
overestimating
that?
the value of the equipment
Why does she
drawn
look like
from
that Middle
the
Eastern
staff
porn
and
star?
providers.
Who is this dude?
Once we discovered this misvaluation, the
So she's talking about the misvaluation of equipment sent to Ukraine being $6 billion extra that we accidentally sent Ukraine over and above what we said we sent them.
Controller reissued
Yeah,
guidance
isn't that like the
on
third time we've over
clarifying
fucking
how to
sent shit?
$6.2 billion. Sorry.
We
And
shouldn't have
it's-
sent them a fucking dime.
Apparently,
What's a few
Rand Paul
zeros
was
between
doing
brands?
money edits through the last couple omnibus bills and found out we actually were sending money to China too.
Oh, big shocker.
Yeah, and we currently have, what is it, $1.6 trillion per year on the interest of the debt that we owe. And who do we owe that debt to?
China.
Who do we owe?
Nah.
Who do we owe 30? Hold on. What is it currently? Let's go to the
It's China.
the world. What is it? What is it
National
called? The
debt
fucking
calculator.
clock thing. What is it called?
U.S. debt clock.
The debt counter.
Mia Khalifa. That's what she looked like.
Kind of does, yes. She
I don't know.
does.
She kind of no. She has a big nose.
Nah.
Except that person talking at the Pentagon looks like a dude.
Why is this in the way?
Dude looks like a lady.
Okay, we're at $35 trillion in debt. We currently
Yeah.
spend a total of $2 trillion over and above what we spend per year. So we add $2 trillion per year to the debt right now. Dude, there's too many people on this chat. This is getting annoying.
Nobody said anything.
Right. Nobody said anything.
Yeah. Right then, no one said anything. It's okay. I will stop being annoyed. Yeah, $35 trillion is what we're currently at. She does look like Alice Cooper. That is true.
We send billions every week to the Taliban in Afghanistan still.
I don't know.
According to
Cash to Iran.
the guys on the Sean Ryan show, they're still, to this day, we're still sending billions a week over to the Taliban.
Makes sense to me. This is where the fucking Secret Service was stationed. And that's the roof where the Trump shooter was laying prone.
Couldn't find him.
He was over here somewhere. So they weren't like directly out. He wasn't directly outside the window. But if they just looked outside the window, they would have seen a 20-year-old with a rifle. Weird.
I mean, Honda, you know what those dudes were? They were in there inside drinking coffee and chilling.
I don't know how you could miss that.
Show it again.
They're butt fucking each other.
Yeah, they're totally having a gay orgy.
Oh, shit. Hold on one sec.
They were spitting on each other's things. That's why they didn't see it happen.
What do you?
Did you
call
guys
it?
hear
What's
the
technical
latest
term?
story about the dude that worked for Mr. Beast that became trans is supposedly a pedophile now?
Yeah, I saw that. Or saw something about that.
Surprise, surprise.
You hang out with Mr. Beast, you chop off your dick.
Just look at him himself. I mean, he looks
Yeah.
thrown off.
I would say any of those channels that target kids are suspect at this point, honestly.
Well, or went through certain changes.
So when it comes to sending weapons to Ukraine, which is it? Do we overvalue the equipment or do we undervalue it? Because a year ago they said we overvalued it, so we could actually send them more than we did. So we sent them more. So now it was actually undervalued, so we accidentally sent them too much. So which is it?
Both.
10% for the big guy. Don't forget that.
Exactly.
And 2% for Hunter's coke habit.
Yeah, since all his coke was taken out of the White House when it was found.
Can Tactical Muffin Top just get 1%?
Shit, I'll take a
Just
habit
a
at this point.
So who's ready to see Deadpool 3 and forget about this shitty year?
Is it this week?
Yeah.
I'm just ready for Yellowstone.
Oh, Honda's gone.
No.
He just went to buy another bike. He'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else get any messages from the scary dude?
Nope.
No, I looked at my text a while ago to see if Duke was saying anything else, and he wasn't.
I told him to calm down.
They got him.
I still want to know who that was.
They got Honda.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're all safe. No one else is in Colorado.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Next
What
is
do you guys think
Ohio.
Yellowstone.
What do you
I'm
guys think
next.
about if we had money caps on every politic race in this country right now?
There you are. Okay.
There you are. We thought that the mystery guy
cool.
got you.
I'm gonna let you in.
I can't believe I was God. Gen
Oh
Z.
yeah.
All right.
And he's back.
Snake.
Sorry, everybody. I had to help a friend with a technical problem. What's up, Z?
I was gonna say, is
Not
that
too much.
easy?
Not too much. Just jumping in, saying hi. Yeah. First time
What's going on, man?
podcast.
Nothing, man. How are you doing? So, for everybody out there, Zarati Z
That's
is
me.
is my friend from real life from a really long time ago.
Super long
And-
ago.
And we don't necessarily agree on political things, and that's okay. That's okay.
Where did Honda get touched as a kid?
Obviously,
bro.
did y'all used to ski?
Wait, are you saying where did I touch him or where did other people touch him?
Both.
See,
Like,
the
is that
problem
thing that
was
y'all used to ski together.
the problem was all the other kids got touched and I didn't.
So you're jealous.
Yes.
Oh, Honda.
Aw. I didn't know that. You should have told me that back then. I could have introduced you to some of my pastors.
Anyway, what do you think about this sloped roof theory, Zarati? Is the roof too sloped for the Secret Service to set up a team?
Well, it sure sounds like it's too sloped for them to set up a team. That's the words that I'm hearing. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that the old president was a priority. To be completely honest with you, I just don't think they really thought, oh, somebody's going to try to murder this guy. So, I mean, now they know, and so they're going to do a better job. I think going forward, they're going to be like, oh, maybe we should do a better job. Maybe we have a reason to take him out. You know, maybe they have a reason to take him out. Like, you know, I don't know how to frame that, but yeah.
You did say we.
Oh, I take that back now.
It's exactly what a Fed would say.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of rhetoric going on right now from people on the left who are like, I wish he'd hit him. I wish he'd shot better. You know, and like, honestly, like that's kind of disgusting to me because if it were Biden and like Biden narrowly missed being assassinated and people on the right were talking about it in such terms, they would be losing jobs and getting banned and everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. That's,
So, like the
it's
fact
pretty
that it's
bad
happened
news.
to a few people on the other side, like I have no remorse for that whatsoever. You know,
Yeah.
like I believe in freedom of speech, but at a point, it's like here's the fucking rules of the fight, and that we've been fighting by, and now that I get to hit you, you're gonna be like, oh, but I thought you believed in freedom of speech, and you know what I mean? It's like, well, too late for that shit. Tit for tat, bitches. So he knew you pre-bonus hole. You know what a bonus hole is?
You're about to find out.
Yeah. You'd
That's-
probably be my
do you
bonus.
want-
hole.
That's
Do you
what
wanna know?
the politically correct are calling a vagina now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bonus hole because everyone's got a butthole.
The bonus hole. Isn't that a kind of a friend with benefits sort of deal?
The gooch hole.
I've got my wife or my
It could
girlfriend.
have been a
and
friend
This
before
is
it
the
transitioned.
bonus hole.
Yeah. My wife, my girlfriend, and my bonus hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
It's
Hopefully
the
they
wound
never
that must
meet.
not heal.
Join the chat. There's so many things going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I lost control of this chat immediately today, by the way.
Get ready. It's about to be lit.
Connect to comments. Oh, on YouTube. So I could comment on YouTube now. I thought I was commenting.
Well, you were commenting from YouTube, but you can comment from inside of here without going to YouTube.
Interesting. This is all new to me. This is my first podcast, so it's quite interesting.
Welcome.
Here's the Democrat and Republican Party holding hands, and conservatives cuddling with the Republican Party. Weird. Yeah, I don't trust those motherfuckers either. I don't. If you're in government, I don't trust you. I don't care if you're right, left, center, whatever. Fuck you. Because they basically all proven themselves to be liars, both sides.
Yes, they have, time and time again.
And the only time that they agree is when they're fucking us.
Right in the bonus hole.
They're all Littlefinger.
Well,
treat every politician like you would Littlefinger. Like, trust him to do what's in his best interest, and you can work with him.
What is? Can I ask what this Littlefinger? I don't know what Littlefinger is.
Game of Thrones character. Did you watch?
I know what Littlefinger is. Yes, I know who Littlefinger is now. Yeah.
Okay,
You don't say no more. Okay. Yes. That's funny.
Okay, were you pissed about the way that Game of Thrones ended? Because I'm still upset about it.
Oh yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah,
it was pretty frustrating.
I won't watch House of Dragon because of it.
I started House of Dragon. It's boring.
I seriously would have gone back and watched Game of Thrones 10 times if they finished it correctly. But since they didn't finish it correctly, I have never gone back and watched a single episode ever. And I never will.
Oh, I have. I would skip season 8 though.
Yeah, I would watch clips on YouTube.
I would say
watching the clips is the best. Just going back and being like, this is my favorite part. It's like Tombstone. You're like, I just want to watch these clips. Doc Holliday's the bomb.
Yep. Because from the earlier series.
Yeah.
I guess I'd watch the Battle of the Bastards again. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
When they had the fucking giant working for him and shit, you know? Or that episode where the fucking dragon dies and the fucking White Walkers bring him back to life.
Oh, sick, bro. Yeah, sick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Definitely. Heck yeah.
And then they just fucked it all up.
I have not been able to watch House of one episode and I fucking fell asleep, bored out of my mind.
It's boring. It's boring as can be.
I don't think so at all. I enjoyed almost
right.
every episode.
Okay, all right. How'd you get past that first part where you're just like, this is a completely different story about how she got rejected and sold into slavery? Like, that was the hard part for me. It's just, I already know her backstory, so now they're trying to explain it, and it's like, I'm already in love with her. I don't really need to be in love with her parents. Like,
I call every blonde girl that I know Khaleesi, and hope that they make me their fucking Jon Snow.
That relationship ended horribly.
Oh yeah, well, you know, most of mine do too. So, in fact, all of mine do. So there's that.
That sounds
Did you just admit you want to fuck your own aunt?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
Did you not realize that Jon Snow was her nephew in that show?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wasn't going with the incest angle. I was just going with the shitty fucking like individuals and treating me like shit angle. But you know,
I feel like you got to run with it now.
You got to run with the incest thing now. Yeah, that's the way to go.
I did say that's what I was into, so you're right.
Damn it!
It's okay. I mean, if I just have a hot cousin.
I thought Ohio was talking about himself at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, what the fuck? What about my what did you say, my aunt?
This chat has fallen.
But if it's a hot cousin, it doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. Cousins are on the top table. Depends on what state you're in. That's fair.
I don't know. I gotta be careful with shit like that.
All 50 states.
What the fuck is a Colorado Hot Pocket?
Oh,
You know.
Let's look that up.
I lived in Colorado too, so now I'm curious.
Hot pocket
Oh no.
Hot pocket.
is when the river runs red, play in the mud. What do you think that means?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what that means. I don't know. You can just do them both. It's fine. It's
I want no mud pie.
gonna clean up everything else. So
Yeah, you pull it out and it looks like you just fucking unsheathed this sword from her abdomen.
If you're a vampire, it shouldn't be no problems.
ooh, that's a weird statement there.
I gotta take the one that's pink instead of the one that stinks.
I'm gonna go with biting if I'm a vampire. I don't think I need to suck on the outside. I'm just saying.
Why was okay, here's a question for you. Here's a conspiracy question for you guys. CNN, not known for covering Trump rallies, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Not very often in the history of CNN have they ever covered a Trump rally. In fact, I would dare say that until the time that Trump got an assassination attempt against him, they had never covered a Trump rally. That might not be true. I'm not sure. That's not corroborated. But usually they're not there because that's not their fucking wheelhouse. And yet, for some reason, in the middle of Podunk, Pennsylvania, next to a fucking water tower and a fucking like garage shed, they decided to set up cameras and record Trump while he gave his speech. And they didn't take him off stage. Anyone else
And that
think that's a little sus?
And that a New York Times reporter was in the front row with their camera speed set to catch the.
And the deputy director of the FBI was sitting directly behind Trump and was immediately recording him as soon as the bullets fired without fear of being shot herself. That was a little weird too.
So who did the inside job then? Was it Trump's team or was it the other side? Because that
The
leads
whole
you to
deep
believe
state.
that. Yeah, that's a deep state thing right there. That's kind of iffy because then you're kind of like
Government Inc.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Do you know who? Fuck, what's that guy's name? Roger Stone. You know who Roger Stone is?
Yes.
I don't know that guy. Who is Roger Stone?
Roger Stone is a political communicator personality who worked for the Trump campaign and was charged by DHS with some kind of obscure crime.
He's a
and
lobbyist.
rather than being like usually what you would do is be like, hey, Mr. Stone, we have evidence that you did this crime, so we're going to ask you to go ahead and get your lawyer and check in our office here, and we're going to have to arrest you, right? Because it's a white-collar crime. He's not going anywhere, right? But instead what they did was a 4 a.m. SWAT raid on his residence. He's an elderly man, right? So they SWAT raided his residence, and for some reason, at 4 a.m., there was a CNN team who was recording the scene and ready to report on it. Like someone got tipped off. You think this was a tip-off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, they did the same thing at Waco.
Well, now at Waco, what they did was, hey, everyone's here. All the media's here. Look how nice we're being to these poor Branch Davidians. Okay, media, you're going to have to back up real quick while we run these people over with tanks and burn them to death.
No, we got footage of the ATF getting shot on the roof because they brought reporters with them.
Oh, that is true. They did bring reporters. That is right. You are correct. You are correct, sir. The initial encounter between David Koresh and his followers and the ATF agents, who two of them I think were murdered or shot, or I wouldn't say murdered. That's a little far.
I think
Killed
yeah,
in
like 2 or
action.
3 killed. Yeah.
I remember. Okay, tell me what you think about this, Z. When Waco happened, when you were a kid, right? Because you're just a little bit older than me. You were old enough to pay attention to the news and know what was going on. But you were probably too young to really have political opinions about things and stuff. So you're probably around, what, like 13, 15, something like that when this happened?
What year did it happen?
93?
Shit, I was 19.
Oh, man.
93. I was wait. No, I was way younger than that. Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say, bro, you're only...
I graduated in 95, and I was 18 for that. So yeah, I
You're
was
15 or 16.
I was 15 or 16. Yeah, just getting into high school, really.
And what did you think about the Branch Davidians being burned in their own church?
So I don't know anything about that, to be completely honest. People talk about it. There's a lot of songs about it that I find to be amusing, and I don't even know why they're amusing. So I'm just being real with you. These guys didn't want to come out of their house. They had something in there that the government wasn't okay with. This is my understanding on it. They had something the government was okay with. The government wanted to come in and take it. They said no. So like me at that time and like my family and my people, we grew up with like grenades and Uzis and like guns. We were in Colorado. Like we were kind of like, hey, we're gonna have to defend ourselves against Russian invasions. So like I get where they were at as far as that goes, but like locking yourself in and having women and children and just threatening people. Who shot the first shot? Why was the decision made to run in on their building like that? Um, you knew you're going to win. Couldn't you just starve them out, like do a siege, instead of an all-out bloodbath? So, I don't know. Now I'll just listen.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say about it is at the time, because there was no alternative source of media, right? There was the news, and the news told you what was going on, and there was no internet to go to, and there was no forum to go to, and there was no, like, unless you read the National Enquirer or something, and half that shit's fucking fake, so you don't really read that and fucking get the news. So you get the news from the news, and the news tells you that these people, and specifically David Koresh, thinks he's Jesus, likes to rape kids, likes to fucking fuck other people's wives in front of them and do like fucked up shit, and that the world would probably be a better place if him and his followers, who were also into this polygamy fucking weird cult bullshit that they're into, if they all died, that would be okay. Like that was the point that the media got to in the propaganda leading up to the burning of that. Because what was it? It was a siege. It was a siege for like 60 days or something like that. I forget how long they were inside of that building, waiting for them to come to some kind of an accord. But it wasn't a short period of time. And so by the time that the building lit on fire, the sentiment from the average American was like, burn baby burn. You guys are getting what you fucking deserve. Right? Myself included at the time. Like fucking 12 or 13-year-old Honda or whatever I was at the time. 11-year-old Honda was like, yeah, kill those cult people. That's awesome that the government's doing that. But then looking back on it, what happened? So the ATF had a warrant for the search of the property of David Koresh because they thought that he had a couple of lightning links, which is basically a full auto conversion for an AR-15, right? Which, by the way, they never found. So they had a warrant to search the property for something that they didn't have. In the execution of this warrant, they walked onto the property, and the first thing that they did before they knocked, before they announced themselves, before they said what was going on, they shot their dogs on the way in, because that's common ATF tactic. Like, dogs are used for protection from bad people, and if you're going to go on a raid on a bad person, you shoot the dogs. So the people heard the gunshots outside. They saw their dogs shot, and it's unclear who shot next, whether it was the Branch Davidians from inside the building or the ATF at the Branch Davidians inside their door. What is known is that there are multiple bullet holes going into the door, but none coming out of, right? So the ATF shot the fuck out of these people, including David Koresh in the stomach at the time. They then returned fire because the leader of their church just got shot in the stomach, killing 2 agents, injuring 3, something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, not really important. And then it leads to everything else, the propaganda, the burning of the church. Turns out he never claimed to be Jesus. Turned out they weren't into polygamy. Turned out they weren't fucking abusing the kids. All of that was just propaganda. And the fact that they were burned to death alive by the fucking government while America cheered just showed the power of propaganda at the time, which, by the way, they don't have anymore because of shows like this and other shows on the internet that like fucking actually have points of view that the government may not agree with. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
He had superpowers. It's my only thing. Like, what if like they were afraid of something real? I don't know. Why would you do that? It just seems really rude. Why don't they just put somebody random in charge who kind of has some understanding and just like do like a lottery vote as opposed to an actual vote and just say, hey, here's all the people in America. Here's the people that have paid taxes for the last, let's go 25 years. Okay. Just to be realistic. These people have paid taxes for 25 years. They're there. Let's take all their names, put them in a draw, and let's put that person in charge and give them all the information, give them all the stuff, and let them make a decision based on what they think is going to be best for the country. Where would the country be if you did something like that?
Dude, I've been saying that for years. Like, you'd be better off picking random names out of the phone book than the fucking corrupt swamp people that we have living in DC.
There you go.
Because at least the people out of the phone book wouldn't instantly know how to press all the levers of power in a greedy way that they can get away with. You know, you kind of got to figure that out over a couple of terms.
Yeah.
And by the
Yeah.
time you're Nancy Pelosi's age, how much is she worth? Fucking like a fuck ton of money. So much money that, okay, there was a Reddit page where every time Nancy Pelosi would buy or sell a stock, they would make a post. Here's what Nancy Pelosi bought. Here's what Nancy Pelosi sold. And people were copying her buys and sells and getting rich as fuck. And they shut the fucking site down. They're like, you can't go to that Reddit page anymore. It doesn't exist. And like people got charged with fucking crimes and shit. I don't even know what they charged them with.
Didn't they pass a bill making it so you can't see what they do?
Well, they passed a bill making if you're a member of Congress or House, there is no insider trading laws that apply to you. So you can know about like, oh, we're going to spend $1 billion tomorrow with Lockheed Martin to build, 50 jets or whatever. Looks like I'm buying Lockheed Martin today, like that's what they fucking do.
You can pretty much FOIA anything you want. You have to have money to FOIA because some things you have to request it through a process. It's not just, oh, I'm going to FOIA a body cam because it's a 911 call that I'm part of. Like if you want to get a FOIA on somebody's personal information and you don't have anything to do with them, it's probably going to cost you a lawyer to do that FOIA. It's not going to be something you can just be like, I'm writing in, my name is so-and-so, and I would like to have this information on this public servant. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it sucks that you need a lawyer for that. You should be able to just be like, hey,
yes.
I'm E. Honda from Colorado, and I was wondering about your fucking NASA spending. Like, send me your fucking invoices.
And theoretically, you can get any information on any person in any position of power, but the bottom line is you have to have somebody who knows how to get into those areas to FOIA those requests.
Well, they've also figured out ways around this, right? Because it's any governmental organization, any person who works for government. So what they do is they have subcontractors who work for companies that aren't government and then have them do all the fucking dirty work or messaging or whatever it is, And then not to mention there was the Hillary Clinton email server, which by the way was in Centennial, Colorado. Did you know that? Anyway, the email server that had over 30,000 emails of hers that got deleted because it was a private server and not governmental, and you literally can't FOIA request that information because it wasn't governmental, even though she was using it for official purposes.
And kind of, yeah, you're right. Like you also can't FOIA like religious things. So like with Scientology, I see somebody saying that. I don't know who Eduardo is, but hey. And that being said, like, yeah, if you have a religion, like religion is corporation that is kind of not above the law, but equal to the law. So the government and religion have to work hand in hand in order to make things happen. So yeah, you can't get any information on religious groups. So yeah.
How many emails do you have to send a day to get 30,000 and over what amount of time?
For her, probably just a couple of weeks or months.
Yeah, tops. I get probably 200 emails a day, and I go through them every day and delete them all because I want to either one, check them and put them in an archive, or two, get rid of them. And like I try to do that as often as I can. I think my wife is like, why bother? And like, well, spam mail is still mail, and if somebody sends you something that looks bad against you, you kind of want to be like, yeah, I didn't have anything to do with that. I actually deleted it because it's gross. Like, I don't care what T-Mobile's doing right now. I don't.
I've got 26,000 unread emails. Is that a lot?
Nah.
That's not that much.
That's for like 10 years of fucking emailing and not replying to half the shit, you know?
Gay porn subscriptions lapse.
Yeah, all the gay porn.
Yeah, you can go through that in one day.
I did go through that in one day.
Damn. I can't even imagine joining a porn site. You'd probably get tons of email stuff from that. Just Facebook and Instagram alone, I've got more random shit than I've ever got in my entire life. Like, I just started doing social media, like, what, Mark? Like 4 years ago, tops? Like, if that.
Whoa, this dude figured it out. I'm bringing a speaker the next time I get a car wash.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
What?
you weren't on
I hate
social
to tell you
media.
this, 'cause you still have to do the work to make
Well, you
those
know.
things work. So if you don't want to take the hose and spray your car down,
That's crazy.
you're still a lazy bitch. Look at all the money I put in here.
Most
you
of
could
Hillary's
charge
friends
people
that
for
were
a car wash. What you do is you just charge them $20. You use the little fucking speaker method, and it's all profit. Baby.
Email going out right now. Hey guys that own car washes, put waterproof cameras.
Showing that
Power
work.
slots.
Like,
Take the
right
license
now
and
you're
sue them.
right now you're stealing from a small business.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, dude.
You're
Where's
stealing.
Bali?
That's cool shit right there. Like I can
Where's-
get behind that. That's
Where's
cool.
Bali?
Isn't that by India?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
India
they-
for the
they-
win again as being the worst place on the planet. Look at what Bali's got to deal with just living next to them.
They're getting cleaned up though. I mean, they're doing the best they can. These people are awesome. Like, good for them. So here's the deal. Look, if more people did stuff like this and like took care of trash, if more people were responsible, and then if the rich realized, oh, I've got enough money to live the rest of my life, my kid's life, and my kid's life, could I not like just give some money into some resources that maybe help the rest of the world? Like, how smart do you have to be to realize that that makes sense to you as a human, as humankind? Or are you that selfish that you got to keep all of that for yourself?
That's where
the thing.
that's where
They don't care about us.
That's where the
a clue of how
Smithsonian.
man be.
That's where the Smithsonian Institute came from. Because generations ago in America, that's the way things worked. There was this guy who had a fuck ton of money, who made it through industrialization and all this other shit, and people hated him because it was like during the fucking Depression, you know. And there was this rich ass motherfucker. So before he died, he took the majority of his wealth and gave it to the people, and started the Smithsonian Institution and the whatchamacallit, the Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prizes. So that's another dude who did the same thing. Albert Nobel. It used to be a thing people did, and then now it's, you know, everyone's just selfish.
Didn't he invent dynamite?
It just doesn't. Okay, whatever. Like, it doesn't make sense though. Like, we want to get smarter, right? We want to make people better. We want to allow those who know how to do things to do them, number one. And number two, we want to encourage the people that don't or don't have a direction to do something that is going to make the rest of us better, including themselves. So it's not incredibly selfish to take a small percentage of what you make that doesn't matter to you. 5% of all of the billionaires in the world would pay for the rest of the world. So, like, if you just have to be smarter than the finances, I think, to realize something like that. And yes, you've told me this before. E Honda, you've told me this before. Like, even if they were to give us a certain amount, it wouldn't really matter. But what if they all did? What if the 9 people that control the entire world were like, hey, let's make our hive better. Let's make the hive that is the people of this planet better. Let's learn how to understand things that we don't get, like how to manage trees, how to manage population, how to manage water, how to manage animals, how to manage the ocean, how to manage space, and put those responsibilities in the hands of the people that know what they're doing, and give them the finances to do it, knowing damn well you're still going to be able to have your parties. I mean, I'm sorry, but how much cocaine can you do in a day? How much Bordeaux can you have in a day?
I mean,
Like,
you know.
well, me too, bro. Maybe you and me can hang, but I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna last like 5 days and be done.
The 9 people that you're talking about are literally doing that. You just don't. Nobody agrees with how they want to get it done.
Well, what I was going to say is those people who are in control, the deep state, whatever, the fucking one world government people, whatever, they do have a plan that takes care of the trees and the oceans and the spaceships in the future.
And
the
you're not
people.
in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And none of us are in it because we
they're-
to them
Mm.
are useless eaters. We use up resources. We provide nothing of value. We just make more mouths that need more resources, and it would be better for the planet and better for humanity if they got to select who it was that gets to survive and gets to procreate and who does not.
Okay, let's change the subject. All right, guys. Here's this idea here. Let's say they want to make money, so let them make money, right? They want to create jobs, so let them create jobs. So why don't we build number one? Let's make what do you call it when you desalinate the ocean? It's desalinization, but it's got osmosis. Let's learn how to
Reverse
take the salt.
osmosis.
Reverse osmosis. Let's take the ocean, right? Let's build a canal from all of our oceans into the center of our deserts. Let's look at Vegas and how much water we've put there, and let's figure out a way to make canals, make transportation, and then make cheap housing for people there, and do it on rich people's dime because they won't even notice it. And let's make all of middle America that we're not using. I'm not saying public lands. I'm not saying beautiful parts. I'm saying let's take what we have now, the population we have now. I'm not saying let everybody in from the other world. I'm not about letting just people randomly come in, especially gangsters and criminals. But what I am saying is take the people we have now, put them to work, put them to use, give them a place to live, give them something to live for, make it cheap, make it affordable, and have some fucking sky gardens so we can thrive as a humanity. I don't see the problem with that. Like,
It's cheaper to make everyone infertile.
Yeah.
Sure. But then what are we going to do when everybody dies? What are we going to do when all of China's old people die? Because they're not making babies. They stopped making babies years ago.
Neither
Do you
are we.
realize, we're not either anymore. Exactly. This is a scary thing. And the people that are coming into age, what do they know how to do?
Okay.
What do they
Well, hold on.
Well,
Here's
no,
my question to you then. Hold on.
Eat pie pod.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that in every first world country around the world, simultaneously, by mere circumstance, or what is it that's making everybody in the world at the same time stop having children?
Internet.
I mean,
It's the
I don't.
internet.
I can't say I know the answer either, but I think that they have specifically engineered the environment that we live in so that we become less fertile. Not sterile, but less fertile. Less horny, less kids are being had, more abortions are available. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in the world. Like, the chemicals in the water, the endocrine disruptors, the microplastics, the fucking...
I do understand that.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. It's in the food. It's in like the pesticides that they use to kill the fucking insects. It's in the herbicides that they use to kill the weeds that ends up in the food that we eat. You know, they specifically made this kind of corn that was only supposed to be for ethanol that grows its own pesticides. So when a bug comes by and eats the corn, it dies. So they don't even have to spray it with pesticide. Great idea, right? Because you're just going to use it for gasoline. So who cares? The problem is the wind blows and the pollen blows to the next field over where the corn is growing by a traditional farmer who's saving his seeds and replanting the next year, which then he grows the Monsanto fucking poison seeds, and that makes it into the food supply. Like, how do we know that's not happening? We don't. Turns out Monsanto goes around to other people's farms all the time and tests their plants to see if they can fucking see their own genetics in there. And I think part of that's to fucking, like, what they do is sue them and then get them to buy Monsanto seeds, right?
This is why this channel is so hard for me. Literally, like, okay, there's like a force that's bigger than humanity, and we walk on it every single day. Like, the mycelium in the ground is literally bigger than humanity. It's
Not
gigantic.
smarter.
Maybe not. You don't really know that. That's not smarter on what level, Mark?
Not smarter in the fact that it can't make words and inventions and communicate
That's
and
fair.
use
That's
tools
fair.
and get
That's
to space.
fair. That's totally fair. But when everything fails, when we destroy ourselves, what do you think's still going to be living on this planet?
Also fair.
The mycelium is going to be living. The giant organisms under the ground, the trees above the ground, and the sun is still going to be shining down on this blown up planet.
No,
So,
we're not going anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Well, the dinosaurs didn't think they were going anywhere, did they?
They also were not human.
They
Well,
got Clinton.
They also
Yeah,
got
I
hit
mean,
by
what-
a fucking 6 mile wide rock. And
We
that
were
kinda
born in
was
the
all
image
the
of
fucking
God,
crazy.
guys. We were born in the image of God. It's our job to think like gods. We're all charged with being like gods. I thought. I mean, that's the religion I was raised in. I don't know what you guys were raised in. Like, are we not like the ultimate of creatures on the planet? Or like
We look like fucking Wally. Are you kidding me?
Which
We look
makes
like
us
all the
smarter
fat
than
fucks
the
running around.
which makes us smarter than the fucking giant mushrooms underground. Because we have the ability to choose. We have the ability to dream. We have the ability to create. We have the ability
Above
to
ground.
destroy.
Above ground, not underwater.
Yeah, underwater. Dude, you think we can't destroy things and create things underwater? We do all the time.
We don't know. We don't know that space is bigger than us. We have not explored like our own depths. We have not explored.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a lot down there, bro. There's a lot down there.
That we don't know. So maybe there's a creature down there that's like, I'm not even going to spend time with humanity until they fucking figure this shit out and figure out how to talk to us because they're idiots.
Yeah. Dude, I was thinking about
putting the entire world on a welfare check's going to fix that.
I was thinking about
exactly.
I was thinking about underwater archaeology, right?
Give them a job.
And underwater archaeology today is 99.9% focused on shipwrecks. That's all they know. That's all they care about. That's all they're looking for. Anything that isn't
Treasure.
a shipwreck is not fucking considered. But there's a whole fucking coastline that used to be there that's not there anymore, that's now underwater, where people used to live, where people built things possibly, where things got washed away possibly, where these giant fucking mudslides like fucking buried shit possibly, and if you just dig a little bit in the mud, you'll probably find some shit. That's what I'm waiting for them to really start exploring the fucking depths of the ocean and digging down where like floods came off of the land and washed everything away into the sea. Like start digging through that rubble and see what fucking artifacts you can come up with, you know? Because I'm sure there's something down there.
Do any of you guys gone on that little sub that was controlled by a PlayStation remote?
I'm glad I didn't.
I'm a poor.
Yeah, that's a billionaire problem. Like, oh man, my submarine.
Well, remind you, they did a lot of dumb hubris things like, oh, we're gonna make it out of carbon fiber. I'm like, last I checked, I'm like, that material ain't that best. We get problems with fucking carbon fiber barrels. I'm like, you know, make a whole submarine with a tense pressure going through an ocean. Oh yeah, that thing was about to be a shit show.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
There's a lot
I
of
don't think
people
there's
saying
any
that they
way
weren't
to
even
act.
really on that sub.
Yeah, if it was like 3 dudes from Chicago who died in a submarine, do you think the fucking world would talk about it? But when it's like a billionaire and his son and some other people, it's like, oh, well, a billionaire died, so we have to look for him. Like, why? Is he going to give you some money? He owes you money? Like, what's going on? Fuck that. Fuck those people. I don't care.
I
I don't think we'll ever be able to explore the.
Yeah, this is literally what we do.
It's so crazy. Why don't you think we'll be able to explore it? Why?
We'll never be able to explore the oceans the way Honda wants unless we get to like Star Trek, where money doesn't exist anymore. Because
That's where I'm trying to get.
it'd probably cost $1 billion a day to like look for stuff in a submarine.
Or hold on. Just a thought here. Maybe it just cost $100,000 a day to put smart people in the places they need to make us stupid people, me in that stupid people range, understand what I have to do to be part of making the world that place. Like,
The trouble is, nobody wants to be a garbage man. Nobody wants to clean the latrines.
That's
Yeah,
not true.
That's what you got
That's not
robots.
true at all. That's not true at
Do,
all.
do you want to be a garbage man?
I absolutely would be a garbage man. The reason why I didn't apply for the garbage place is because one, I like to drink and I like to do drugs, so I don't want to drive. So I don't want to be a driver.
You can be the guy who picks up the can, baby.
Yeah, I can, but they're not. They're never going to have a role that goes bigger. I have a good job. I do okay. I'm fine. I don't need to worry about that. I don't mind being a garbage man. They do all right. Whatever. You're right. Not everybody wants to take that low job. It's not about convincing somebody to take a low job. It's just convincing them to take a job at all. Like some people aren't where you guys are. We're not all here on a podcast hanging out talking to each other. Some people don't know how to not drink first thing in the morning, do drugs first thing in the morning, crave heroin or meth, or literally don't know how to just wake up or put clothes on. There's people like that, and they're a part of our species. So I'm not saying it's my job to take care of them. I'm just trying to make everybody else aware that, hey, maybe we clean up our own mess first before trying to judge the people on the top. And then I'm also charging the people on the top with the responsibility of, hey, you have all this money, give your money to people that can actually make a difference for those people. Does that
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just
sense?
refuse to flat out work and do it except suck on the government's teeth.
Well,
Yeah,
our education
I don't agree
system
with that.
also panders to the weakest link. So if you never go past your weakest link over
Then
and
you're never
over
going to
and
make
over,
it. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
So then you're going to punish the people that figured it out and became rich and broke from that chain.
Okay, but what about the people that
Exactly, yeah,
haven't
they always
become
do.
rich? What about not Americans who have figured it out? What about people who are like for me, I'm just on this level where I can survive. I'm doing okay. I can survive. I can take a trip. I can go have fun. But I'm not driving a Lamborghini. I'm not, I can't go on multiple vacations doing whatever I want. So when does that change where we can bring everybody up to my basic level?
Well, when they take personal responsibility for their actions and not be crackheads and whatnot.
Exactly.
We all
Sure.
have the same brain. We only use a small percentage of it. But if they're going to choose not to use even the percentage that we have available, that's on them.
That's fair. So what do we do? Do we just let them continue doing what they're doing, or do we all move away from them and give them the infrastructure that we've already built to conquer? Do we move them away? Do we put them in a prison?
Give them an Ozark Trail tent and say good luck.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I don't know, man.
That's what we're trying to do in Oregon, and it's not working. So.
I'm of two minds about it, right? One mind is people need help, and we have the means to help them. If we have the means to help them, we should help them, right? Makes sense. But then the other part of my mind is and I've talked to you about this before. What happens when you feed the deer?
They keep coming back.
Then the deer start relying on you for food, and they forget how to forage, and they get fat and happy and have more deer that then require food from you, that then get fat and happy and have more deer that don't learn how to forage and get food. And then what happens when you stop feeding the deer? Now everyone's mad at you because you're starving the deer.
It's not what happens in Oregon. I'm just saying. But yes, I hear what you're saying.
Well, I mean, if there's an overpopulation of deer in one area, where because people were feeding them, and now all of a sudden the people aren't feeding them, the deer in that area will use up the natural resources of that area, so much so that they will then not have enough resources and starve.
And eventually,
if the population's high enough, right?
Yep, the population will start to turn gay, and more diseases will pop up to take care of the deer to cull it to a reasonable level that nature
Wait,
can
do
sustain.
deer turn gay too?
Everything, every species.
Everything will turn gay.
Well, there's the endocrine disruptors in the water in the Potomac River turning fish testicles into ovaries.
Yeah, I know about that, but I was curious about that because it seems to be happening to humanity for sure. So
right, we drink that same water.
No, I figured I would try to just ask questions about that because
we have overpopulated past our actual resources, which is why we have to bioengineer food. That's why we have to bioengineer everything we drink.
My question is,
do all that.
My question
That's-
is this.
I disagree, but
do you
Mark,
think that they could
I'm sorry.
find
Honda's talking.
Do you think that they could find a way to kill the bugs like pesticides that doesn't also turn out to be an endocrine disruptor for humans and like confuse our fucking systems and do weird shit to fish? I think so. Do you think they could come up with, I don't know, vaccines that don't do damage to children's brains and give them fucking autism and other things? Yeah, I think they could. Do you think that they could come up with plastic containers that don't leach fucking chemicals that are endocrine, or not endocrine disruptors, but estrogen mimickers, so that your body thinks that you're absorbing estrogen, and so that the receptors in your body that receive estrogen receive a molecule that's estrogen-like and act accordingly? I think they could. Why do you think that they don't do that?
Why don't more?
It costs too
of us-
much.
Yep, that's
maybe, or it could be because they specifically engineered things for that purpose, or at very least knew about it all along and did nothing about it.
Bit of both. Bit of both.
Which is why the population in every first world country around the world is in decline, because we're all absorbing, for the first time in history of this entire planet, these types of chemicals, because they didn't exist before. We literally produce them in a lab artificially and then introduce them into the environment in which we live, and then wonder why we see effects in our populations and in our fucking environment. Of course we wouldn't know what it would do. Of course it would have negative side effects. Of course people are going to stop having children at the rate that they used to, and weird shit's going to happen, and girls start developing at like 10 years old, and boys fucking never do, and you know what I mean? Like, there's some weird fucking shit going on. And if you talk about it, and if you point at it, and you say, hey, the emperor has no clothes, people look at you like you're fucking nuts. And that's the fucking crazy thing, is we live in such an insane world that when you like point at something that's insane and call it insane, they call you insane because everything's so crazy. Hold on, I got to get these super chats real quick because we've been neglecting.
I have to sit through.
Daniel says, can confirm ain't shit in India getting cleaned up. Ain't shit in India. Yeah, fuck India. I will never go to India. You cannot pay me money to go to India. I will never go to India. And I don't like Indian food. Indian people are okay.
Well, Indian food is delicious, and
No,
I would absolutely
Here, maybe, not
yeah,
there.
like prepared in a kitchen that has to pass fucking like American standards. I might, yeah.
Yeah,
Daniel
'cause
says,
over there they cut meat up with their fucking toenails.
Daniel says that you don't understand that we are the pollution that they want to get rid of, Zarati.
I saw that. No, I responded to that. I responded to him. Leah, yeah, no, I know that, but I get that. But that's again the rich talking. They can't get rid of us. They need us to survive. There's no way anybody does anything they want. People are going to come to where I work and buy the stuff I sell. Nobody else is going to sell it to them. You know how I know that? They get pissed off when I don't have time to hang out with them and sell them what they want and treat them like they're the special person they are. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you're buying this product that I'm selling you. Just like, come on, bro. Like, get your stuff online like everybody else. All the smart people get it online. You want somebody to talk to teach you how to use the product that you're buying. That's why you're there. Like, you're there for that reason. And I use 100% of my brain. I'm just letting all of you know. As soon as I have access to the parts that don't matter, I'll let you know. But for now, I use 100% of the brain.
Okay. Danny says 3 dudes from Chicago probably can't swim though.
I can't, bro. I can barely swim. That's awesome. I can barely swim.
Yeah, my friend wanted me to jump in the ocean with him one time, and I was like, I'm gonna die if I do that. No. So I didn't, and he did, and he barely fucking swam to the side. I'm like, I'm glad I fucking didn't do that shit. Anyway, yeah, dude, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is a little bit long for how we normally go.
Oh, you guys are great. This is fun.
But I don't know. What do you guys say? Should we keep going or should we end it?
Keep going.
I'm getting off. I got to work tomorrow.
Marathon.
Well, I'm here at work, so I only got
How do you
30
guys
minutes.
tell who's on? How many people? Okay, so I see you guys talking, but I've got like a Daniel like thing over here, and got me on the show.
Well, here,
Dude,
let me
Honda,
do
you're
this.
gonna have to teach me to use all this shit. Oh, that clears it up.
Yeah,
Who's
and then
this
I can
sexy
do
guy?
this, or I can do
stop. No.
this.
I want to see who all these people are. Well, that guy looks like a tool. I love it.
I'd say
I'm gonna
another
be in.
24-hour chat.
I'm gonna be in Ohio in September. So
Why?
think
There's
we're going
nothing there.
Yeah,
we're
Exactly.
going to
Iowa
Lost
doesn't
Lands.
exist.
It's literally the
Ex-
worst.
We're going
Except
to
the
Lost
Pride
Lands.
Water from
It just
Palestine.
wishes.
I just said Lost Lands. Does that not ring a bell to you?
It just wishes it was Nebraska.
There's no raves in Nebraska. Get the fuck out of town.
Oh yeah,
Nebraska's
There
a
are.
flyover
Like they
state.
like to go out raving.
Come to the
I bet they do
cornfield,
some.
baby.
I bet they do some weird shit in some cornfields, bro.
Well, Ohio has this rave that's pretty big, and that's where I'm going. So I'll be there. So if whoever Ohio Patriot something, I think it's his
Yo, yeah, pick
education,
him up and
but-
take him with you.
Yeah, I will. No, I mean, come hang out. It's $700 a ticket. So
Nah, I'm
do
good.
you, but yeah,
I don't
Well,
see
let's-
Ohio going to a rave. I don't
let's
know.
hang out.
Not that I wouldn't go to a rave. I'm not paying $700 fucking dollars to go to a goddamn rave.
What if you was
That's a rent check
guaranteed?
at this point, bro.
Well,
You should
what if
give
you
Days.
was?
3 days.
You gotta
What
get some
if
hot
you-
That's
Tua.
a PSA
What
15.
if you was guaranteed some hot tour if you go?
There you go. You wait. Hot tool? Do you mean like I've got to
Hot
give him
Tua.
my hot
Sloppy
tool?
jalopy.
No,
they're talking about the.
Oh,
Okay, do you
hot
know-
Tua.
Yeah, the
Hot
gay ass
Tua.
thing that everyone's saying
Okay,
constantly.
okay,
Gay
gotcha.
shit that everyone's. Oh, hot too.
Tua's not gay. She's sitting on a cock. We're fine. We're fine with that.
It's straight shit.
That's what you want. Yeah, that's straight shit. Sorry, Ohio Patriot. I'm just playing. I'm
He was
gonna
just
be
trying to
there
get
though.
you
So if you want to say hi, I'll say hi with you. I got there 3 days or whatever. I'll probably be high, but we can hang out.
Just chill in the parking lot, Ohio.
You'll catch some side.
No,
hustle
no
in there.
parking lot. No, come
Right.
on. Actually, what do you do for fun?
Right. Pornhub.
Good answer, Leo. Good answer.
That's good. That's good. Oh shit.
I feel like the parking lot is where you catch a disease.
Well,
Catch
that'll
all
be
the
perfect for
diseases.
Ohio.
Or
All
that's
right,
where you-
where's the guy? Are you guys friends with Badfish? Do you know who Badfish is?
No, he's a different group. I
That's a
have.
different group.
I have.
Yeah, you're popular. We all know you're popular.
I have a
you
couple of
Honda.
pools I play in.
Fucking
That's one of them.
This guy.
How many of
Why?
them?
What about Badfish? Just so I know.
Oh, nothing. He's just cool. I felt like maybe Ohio was Badfish, like hiding because he's afraid or something. I don't know.
No. Different
I
dude.
was gonna say you sound like an interesting fellow. I'm curious. What do you do? You say you sell things.
And what's your number?
What are you talking about?
What
Are
is
you
it?
looking at me?
Mother's maiden name.
Z, what's your sign, man?
I'm Aquarius,
that's
bro.
what
I'm
you-
Aquarius.
what
I'm
do you-
floating all over. I don't need to buy drugs. Drugs come to me. Get the fuck out of here. Oh.
I don't know, Sorry. You said that as a date question.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't mean
right?
like a date
So what
question.
do you
It
do?
did sound a little gay. I'm sorry.
Right.
You guys have been married 5 times. Like, come on, give me a break. Things
You
are
know,
fine.
parking lot STDs is exactly what I think of when I think of Ohio.
That's so crazy. I've never been there, so I can't wait to go.
That's a hell of a thing to say about Ohio when he's right here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ohio, I'm like your best friend here right now. I can't wait to see your state.
So when Lawfully Armed thinks about Ohio Patriot, he thinks about parking lot STDs. Apparently.
That's weird.
I mean, if you
What?
go for the lot lizards and all these fucking truck stops, you're not far off.
How did I get brought into it?
Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
I thought that was you who said that. Who was that?
Wendy Howler, I think.
Oh shit! There's too many people in this chat the whole time.
We all think
I
Ohio's
lost control of this
disease-ridden.
long ago, by the way.
There's not usually 10 people in the chat, too. It's usually
Since
like
you
maybe
went live,
6.
it was a shit.
Damn it,
show.
Honda! After you were talking about your Kawasaki, there's one for sale in Omaha for fucking $3,200. It
Yeah.
looks just like yours.
Yep. And
Does it run on corn?
And you know how mine cost 500?
You hot two with a guy?
Well, maybe we'll be lovers again. Fucking Ohio.
Ohio is for lovers.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe my wife and I will be lovers again after that.
Nah.
Which one?
It's actually Virginia is for lovers.
What's in Virginia?
Ohio.
I've never been there either.
Meth.
That's good. Fucked up. You guys are fucked up. Meth is everywhere. Let's be real.
Ohio was conceived in a parking lot.
He was
That's
born with
actually
the
a lie.
STDs. He was morphed by them. By the time he knew what a clean person was, he was a man.
Oh no.
Guys, I have to go to Ohio. Stop talking bad about them, please. Just for the last. I'm asking like five.
Every
I'm asking,
rave
like,
in Ohio,
6
you
dudes.
get 14 STDs guaranteed, and you're
Good
paying
Lord.
for
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Dude,
want that.
isn't Ohio the home of serial killers? Like more serial
Yes.
killers have come from Ohio than any
Jesus
other state.
Christ.
Yeah, I
no,
say
we
that
are
all the
technically
time.
tied with California.
I've already
Jesus
picked a
Christ,
ticket there.
California's like
Like,
what-
I'm fucking
like
done.
Yeah,
dude.
double your population.
Which means on a per capita level, you got them fucking smoked.
Jesus,
This is why she wants me to go to rave beforehand.
you're gonna die at the fucking rave.
That's
Yeah.
doubtful.
I was born in
Don't
Ohio,
go-
so
don't go
you know,
there
kind of makes
without a
sense.
PQ.
I think
You were
you two
born in
should fight.
STDs too.
Make sure to carry your personal protection device.
How do I see who people are on these things? Okay. Who is the guy right below Honda?
I think Honda has the poster name.
I don't
Well,
know how
he-
to do that. I was looking at that, and I can't
So the
fucking
guy-
figure out how to
the,
make
the
it.
two guys below Honda need a fight because I think you guys would be a good battle. Ohio, I'm going to leave you alone because obviously nobody likes your state. Khaleesi, I want to fight you. Like, I'm just saying, Khaleesi, I don't care who you are, bro. I'm coming after you. Like, you and me, we're going to scrap the second we see each other. It's going to be fun. I don't care about the rest of you. I'm joking. I care about all of you. I love all of you. With all
I'm
my
the
heart.
Muffin Man.
Well, you can't miss me. I'm a fucking Sasquatch, so.
Did you just
Yeah,
call my
A
character
ginger
Khaleesi?
Sasquatch.
You're
Yeah,
the
I'm a
one
ginger
fighting Ohio.
Sasquatch.
You mixed it up. Yeah, you're fighting this one. Okay. All right. Cool. We got it. We got this. How do you guys meet? Do you guys like set up a time and you all get together?
Grinder.
Like, some sort of convection?
Grinder.
Ginger.
Grinder. Well, when I say convection, I mean oven. So you know, we can
we
can
meant
have a
blowjob.
cook off.
Yeah. Muffins come from an oven.
Yeah. There's not a very feminine presence in this group, is there?
We had our resident lesbian on earlier. She had to go to bed.
Again, not a very, okay, whatever. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Honda,
can't figure this out. I don't know how
good
to do
for
that.
you.
I need to address it more though for a second. You got to be more specific about that, dude, because there's a lot of mass shooters from Ohio.
You're not helping your case any here, Ohio.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You're not.
You're making Ohio sound like that's where all the fucking crazies live.
I mean, to be fair, if you go to any major cities, man.
How many people here are from Ohio?
I think just Ohio.
Yep, just Ohio.
I was born in Ohio.
That's what you said. You keep saying that. How long did you live there? Like 5 minutes? You were born in Ohio on the road? Like
in the parking lot.
Probably there a couple of days at least.
Okay.
Now I was trying to make a joke that I was born in Ohio. It makes sense that it's where the serial killers come from.
Is it because you're a serial killer?
That's so funny that you're here in the chat with us.
Exactly. 'Cause what's the chance of 9 serial killers being together? That's kind of weird.
Almost none. Almost.
And here we are. Oh my gosh.
It's not zero.
I guess your channel's
It's definitely not zero.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know what to do.
How long have you
The names were there earlier.
Were they?
One of the guys says
I don't
close the
think
super
so.
chat. You can see the names. That's what one guy said.
No, there's a button you have to push to highlight whose name is who underneath. Ohio,
Where's
do you know
Rhett
how
when
to
you
do
need
it?
him? What do you guys? Where are you guys at? How do I do anything to talk to you guys at all? Like,
You
let's
don't.
say I
Rhett when
just
you need him.
let's say I
You
want to
just
talk to Ohio and be like, hey,
You have to
I
learn his voice.
oh God,
Just like
That,
a
bro.
or
specific
if you
date.
hit the chat icon underneath below, and you can do like a private chat. There's like a
Private
back
chat, yeah.
chat everyone can
Somebody
talk
private
to.
chat. Oh, somebody's private chatting me. Okay, I got the Solus.
Oh my god.
What you do is you go to the Loves in Zanesville,
Keep
Ohio.
booting you.
What you do is you go to the Loves in Zanesville, Ohio. You go to the third stall in the men's room, and you
Back to
wiggle your toe
Grinder.
just
Welcome
right.
to the Krusty Towers, where our motto is Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Yeah, that was loud.
Sorry about that. I pressed a button. That was not the button I meant to press.
Well, we'll all eventually focus and get to the point. I'm probably going to go soon. Honda, thank you for inviting me to this ridiculous, fun, comedical time. The rest of you, yeah, I
What
don't
are you
even know
doing to
what
prep?
say.
What's your prep for the week?
What? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
You.
Me. What's my prep for the week?
Yeah.
What prep? What do you mean prep? I go to
I don't
work.
think he's into the prepping guns and stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think
that I don't even have a gun, guys. Seriously,
Oh
like
my
guns need,
god!
bro. Guns
Who the
need
fuck is this
reloading, bro.
guy?
Guns need reloading, man. I'm gonna kill you with a sword. I'm gonna creep up on you, and you're gonna be done. Like, there's no,
Get,
oh
You know,
no.
it
get
is
that man a high
possible.
point.
What?
It is possible to live in this country without a
Here,
knife.
here's the deal. No, this is gonna throw you under the bus, Honda, but I'm just gonna say it because I am probably your oldest friend on this chat. So I was gonna get my very first gun from Honda. He was gonna sell it to me. He was gonna sell it to me for a very good price. And I was on my way out of the state. I had to leave that state because life was just getting fucked up. And him and I were close. We had just gotten reunited even after what was going on because whatever. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. We're all bitching and crying. So I'm going to go. I'm going to buy this weapon from him. It's not a weapon, it's a tool, by the way. And then it didn't happen. And then I never talked to him again for however many fucking stupid years it's been. And yeah, no, I've always lived in gun states. I've fired guns. I like guns. I'm actually a really good shot. But the truth of the matter is, I don't have a reason to have a gun. If I'm going to go hunting, I'll just borrow a gun. I haven't been hunting in years since I left Colorado. So, like 14 years ago was the last time I went hunting. Like, I don't really need a gun for anything. I'm not really worried about people. If somebody comes up on me, good luck for you. Like, I mean, I'm just going to be real. Like, I'm not. I don't need a gun, bro. If you're more than 6 feet and you want to take me out, then I'm done, and that's fine. But if you're within 6 feet and you're trying to pull a gun on me, bro, you're gonna go down before me. So good luck with that.
I got a quick
Make
question for you. Was this gun that he was going to sell you? Was it one that he gunsmithed on? Because if he didn't, I didn't understand.
Actually, like we actually spent the night. I was spending the night at his place. We were kind of like getting back together and hanging out and like chilling. And he like taught me how to clean the gun. He pulled it all apart. And he's like, "All right, do you feel comfortable cleaning this gun?" He's the first person that actually walked me through cleaning a gun. I had fired multiple guns. I fired 30-06. I fired an Uzi. I've thrown a grenade. I shot a Desert Eagle, but I never knew the intricacies of a gun. E Honda is the first person that ever taught me how to take a gun apart and clean it. We did that all in one night. And I remember that night I was a little claustrophobic and I left where we were like spending the night and I had to go into another room and just kind of chill out. But bro, one of my best friends, one of the most amazing people in the world. And yeah, if I was going to get a gun or want to talk guns, he'd be the one I trust more than anybody else.
I'm just curious, what kind of gun was he trying to sell you? Oh, bro, wasn't high point.
Ask him how taking down the dagger.
Honda, what was it, bro?
I don't even remember, bro. I don't remember.
I was
just trying to get you to like.
It's like
here's
a
a
P.
cheap
It was
gun.
like
Take it.
it was like a little P something. It was like a P90 or a P. It was a little tiny.
China.
Yeah, it was a P China. Exactly. Oh,
A
shoot,
Mosin
a pussy
Nagant?
gun, bro.
Was it a M88A? Was that it?
I don't know. You were really proud of it.
Was it
You
your
were really
Keister
proud of
carry
it.
Honda?
Was
I
it
don't
P95? Was it a Ruger or something?
There you go. There you go. That was it. Who just said that? Was that Khaleesi? who said that?
P226 nut.
Is that Khaleesi who said that?
That is not
Rayo.
Khaleesi. That is Blizz.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever
it,
you want to call yourself, hottie.
the little
You're a
tiny
hottie with
gun?
a body.
Hottie.
Yeah. Get out of here. I'll band you over all day. Get the fuck out.
Oh shit, Leo! Watch out!
Yay! Don't mess with our local black man.
Oh shit.
First of all, the girl in the picture is 15, so.
Oh God, what is wrong
Yeah.
with you? Why is she there in the first place? Then get the fuck out of an adult chat. You 15-year-old.
I designed her. God damn it.
Yeah,
For
you're
sexual
wretched.
needs.
You're a wretched. Wait. You designed her for what? Say that out loud again.
That was Muppets who said that.
All right. You just called yourself out, but go ahead. You go.
So, when Honda was teaching you how to disassemble the gun, did he sit behind you? Was it like that scene from Ghost where they're
It
doing
was
the
like
pottery?
Stephen Ghost. He was behind me. At that time, I was like 240 pounds, so like I had some nice titties, bro, and like my belly was really slim, so it was kind of all in my thighs. You know, I had big ass thighs. They're not that big anymore, but it was pretty hot. You know,
I designed my muffin for sexual pleasure as well.
This chat went off the rails yet again.
I said,
Holy
damn, don't
shit.
tell Matt about that story.
He just guided your hands. He's like, this is how you rack the slide.
actually, I disarmed him in that night. I told him I could disarm him if he put a gun up to me, and he put the gun up to me. And I took it away. I hurt his wrist in the process. And he's like, "Fuck you!" And I was like, "Fuck you, dude! I told you I could disarm you. Why did you put a gun up to my head?"
Did you disarm him and then you guys went together and made a clay pot on your spindle?
I don't remember.
That happened before. That happened before. I already told you that.
What was it? Was it really warm out? And he was showing you how to clean an SKS.
It was nighttime. I don't remember the temperature. C9. C.
Did he go,
C9?
man? It's hot.
So he was emotionally disarmed before he was physically disarmed.
That's
what did we get
That was the night
ourselves
you guys
into on this chat
experimented,
tonight?
right?
I hate
You
this.
rolled him into a sense of
That's awesome. Oh.
Daniel dropped in a super chat that has no. Oh wait, it totally has to do with exactly what we're talking about. Did you properly show him how to clean an SKS? We have this ongoing.
It was a little.
It's a running.
Get your nut stuck.
It's a running joke about cleaning an SKS and getting your ball sack stuck in it when you're doing it because it was too cold. Because it was too hot in the room, so you have to like take your clothes off down to your boxers, but you're still cleaning the gun, and then you get your nut sack stuck in there because it would hurt so bad. Was the point?
Oh my god!
But then it just became a meme, kind of, and then
So I thought I was going to be not part of this group because I float more like libertarian / liberal / Democrat than I do Republican.
No, you're invited
And
next time.
It turns out that I'm going to be ridiculed because I don't own a gun. That's awesome.
Who you
Well, you
voting
have a
for?
gun between your legs, right?
I still think.
for sure.
I still think you should get a gun,
Yeah.
Sean. There's no reason to not have a handgun. You know,
I'll tell you this right now. I'll blast
You got to
anything
cock
with
it
my
and
gun.
pull it.
like for instance, if you have an extra $200, there's a place you can buy a Glock right now for $200,
Ding.
Gen 2.
which is a very, very, very reliable handgun.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Isn't it like a porcelain gun or something?
It's what the cops. It's what the cops. It's what the cops use to kill all the
all the
minorities.
airports and everything.
That would be a Glock 7, is what you're thinking of, which is from a movie that doesn't exist.
It does not exist.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
It was from
It's the gun. It's the gun all the cops use.
Everyone
to
just
kill
keeps
the
talking at the
minorities.
same time. What movie was that from?
Die Hard 2.
Thank you. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. The porcelain Glock 7. No,
I'm
the
actually
Glock
shocked at
17.
Glock.
It's a full size handgun. Holds 17 rounds of 9mm. Easy.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking like police carry it all. It's like a very common police gun for them to use.
It's just an online thing.
Yeah, like I'll show you after the chat if
You
you,
guys ship
if you
it
want.
to
Yeah, of course. I live in Oregon, so I can buy whatever I want. Like you guys
Yeah.
are all limited in wherever you live.
Well, what you would have to
Yeah.
do is you would buy
Not
it.
me.
From,
I'm in a free state.
what you would do is you would buy it from this internet site. and then you would have them ship it to a gun store around you. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
usually these places have like databases of gun stores in your area, so you would go to their database and pick out
Oh
a
yeah,
gun
I do.
store.
I do tick liquor all the way. Tick liquor. Fucking great.
And
That
then
sounds like a gay bar.
when they
Yeah.
ship it, they don't ship it to you; they ship it to the gun store.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that
and
makes
then
sense.
and then the gun store calls you when it gets there, and then you go to the gun store and do a background check and pick up the gun.
That's awesome.
You gotta do all the
Yeah, no,
paperwork
that's
that
cool.
the government says we don't actually do, but you do on every single gun purchase.
So it's like whatever
Yeah.
the price of the gun is, which would be $200. You got to pay for shipping, which would be another like $20-$30, and then for the cost of the transfer, which would be another $20-$30-$50, depends on the place. So you're looking at $240, $250, $260 for a gun out the door in your hand that you own with a background check, and everything's good to go.
Then you need
Yeah.
to buy a holster for it and ammo and spare mags and
Well, yeah,
Ammo's
upgraded
hard to get
sights.
here. Ammo's really hard to get here. It's so stupid. It's super stupid.
You can just go on a website and have it mailed to your house. You can have ammo mailed to your house.
Well, what we need to do,
Well, that's smart then.
what we need to do is get you and Infernus to hang out sometime, because he's gonna.
Hey, what do you think about Project 25?
Jesus Christ!
Well, I was
Wait,
hang out with you.
25. Wait, hold on.
2025.
Everyone, shut the fuck up! Jesus, I'm like in the middle of a sentence and you just like yell over me.
Now I got two people talking to me. Okay, what is going on?
No, Hunter, before you talk, you should just mute everybody. Just go, okay, I'm gonna talk now. Mute.
Okay, I am muting everybody except for Yeti Love. Oh,
The
look at
host
that!
unmuted
Everyone's
your
muted and no one can talk over me in the middle of my sentence.
Lord, you're
Except for
ridiculous.
you, I guess. You can talk in the middle of my sentence. So there's a dude that we know who lives in Olympia, which is, I understand it, not that far away from you. It's not exactly right next to you, but it's close enough where you could make it happen.
5 hours.
Is it that far away?
Yeah.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, maybe you could go over there one time. He works at like a really, really big gun shop, or it's a gun shop / fucking shooting range, and he teaches classes. He teaches like pistol classes and rifle classes and like all this other stuff. And he's a friend.
Unmute everybody else.
He's a friend. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm unmuting everybody.
It's only 2.5 hours actually to Olympia. And here's the thing. They have McMinimums out there, and I want to go there. So yeah, I can go out there. So you're a
dude.
friend. I'll go visit him.
Yeah, I'm like you guys would probably agree politically more than I agree with you politically, honestly, because he's usually the one who comes on here and is the leftist guy talking about leftist stuff, who I have to defend and tell everyone to shut up.
I like Infernus. I defend him, you dick.
Yeah.
Well, at least nobody's been mad
Yeah,
at
no
me.
problem.
You don't have to defend me from anybody. Apparently, they
Who are
just
you
don't think
voting
I'm
for?
gay.
Well, they were mad at you for not having a
prob-
gun.
Probably, yeah, that's true. I'm probably gonna write myself in because I don't know how I feel about Kamala. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, really?
You
But
love
maybe. Like, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Hot Tour 2024. You gotta vote.
I like how you didn't even.
I could do
You
that.
didn't even consider Trump.
I could do that. Well, okay. So I like Trump in
here
a
we
lot
go.
of ways, bro.
There you
I
go.
like him in a lot of ways, but there is a fear. There's a level of fear. Like, just being real. Like,
You
there's a
hate
level of
lower
fear.
prices on everything.
No, I love that. I love the stocks. I love my stock market. Well, he was president. I'm not going to argue that. Like, there's no, and I liked his leadership too, as far as like being aggressive towards other countries and like just saying, hey, we don't have to do business with you in the first place. What I'd like to see is for somebody to bring more of a building in America, more car dealerships in America, more like I want to see him like build our infrastructure more, if that's what his policies are going to be, and that's fine. It is kind of weird, the whole felon thing, and if I'm allowed to talk, like, here's the deal: like, when you fill out an application for a job and you're a felon and you're doing just a remedial job selling let's say sports equipment, and they ask you, are you a felon? And you have to check yes or no. And the highest office in the land is felon. I think you have to kind of start thinking about, and that's where, again, you have to use judgment and think, hey, maybe we take this off of applications. Like,
Well,
Yeah, but he's
When
not
you
a
find out
felon,
Biden's
though.
been a felon for years.
depends on the felony.
So,
It
so
depends
do
on the
I
felony.
have?
Honestly, dude, like that makes a huge difference. Is what felony it is, and when you look at the Trump
Sure.
felonies, what did he? What
Sure.
did he? What did he do? That's a felony.
He
Sure.
fucked a chick,
You know,
allegedly.
Which is totally fine for me.
like I'm asking you, do you know what he did that was a felony?
I think just the whole like tax deal is kind of up in the air. But again, we've already discussed that in the previous like hour of conversation.
Okay, so
It's
what it was specifically that made it a felony? Okay, so what it was a payment to Stormy Daniels made through his lawyer, 37 payments that were made to her because he gave her like what was like $200,000, but he gave it to her over a 37 payment period, and the
Sure.
lawyers gave it to her, not him. And when they filed the paperwork, they mislabeled and this was his money. This wasn't campaign money, right?
Yeah.
So it was a misfiling of paperwork, like financial paperwork, right?
Okay, and
Which
a
by
lot of people got in
itself-
trouble for that.
Which by itself is a misdemeanor
Okay.
and subject to statute of limitations,
Okay.
right? Meaning if they catch you doing it 7 years ago, it doesn't count. It's got to be in the last like 3 years or whatever, right?
Okay.
So the felonies, the 37 felonies that Trump has are 37 checks that his lawyers wrote to Stormy Daniels, right? That was 7 years ago, so it's beyond the statute of limitations. But they
Which the statute of limitation was 3 years. Let me just get that correct.
well, I don't know
3
what the
years?
statute of limitations, whatever it was beyond the statute of limitations for that crime. Right?
Which you said was 3 years.
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is specifically. I just know that it was beyond the statute of limitations.
Gotcha.
Right? So they enhanced it to a felony by saying that it was in furtherance of another crime.
Okay.
Which the crime, what is it? No one
He's
knows.
so passionate about his guy.
No,
He's
no
so
one knows.
passionate.
They specifically did not mention it in court, in the court filings, in the paperwork. There was never a guilty plea in another court of some crime that he committed. There wasn't another case attached to this. And they said to the jury, if you think that he did another crime and you think that he filed this paperwork incorrectly, then he's guilty. And everyone was like, well, obviously he's Trump and we hate him. So he did another crime. Therefore, he's guilty because it was New York.
Can I ask you this one question? All right.
Yeah.
And then you tell me what you believe, because all I have to go with is what I hear. I've never done a deep dive on this stuff, but conceding the election. He never conceded the election.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Did he leave office on January 11th?
I think it was
or
12th,
January
but-
20th. It was January 20th is when the
Yeah,
power?
he left. He left late. But the bottom line
No,
is
he didn't
this.
leave late. He left exactly when he was supposed to.
Did he concede though?
Yes.
Did he say I lost?
Yes,
he did.
He left
Show
he left the White House and let the next president be sworn in.
When did he tell the rest of the population? When did he tell the American people that? Show where he told the American people that.
I can't.
Why?
Because they literally deleted him off Twitter and every social media at that time, and he wasn't able to say anything to anybody.
So then that is a conspiracy. See, that is bad. That would be bad on the other side.
Yeah,
if that
and that's
happened,
what they did.
If that happened, then I'd love to see that, because
So the
That's
January
one of the
6th
things.
happened, right? The January 6th thing happened, and he was tweeting out like, "Hey everybody, like please go home, and we're the party of peace and law and order and everything." And like they took everything
it.
that he said out of context.
I like that exactly. That's funny.
Right? And then fucking he said something, I forget what it was, but Twitter was like, "Oh, that's it." I forget what it was even. Like his last tweet on Twitter. Let me look this up real quick. What was Trump's last tweet?
At least Trump was a
There's
legitimate
a
president.
there's a sub 3 minute video on YouTube of his concession speech.
Yeah, and there's his concession speech, and he left the White House. What did he do that was so wrong? He went to his attorney general and said, "Hey, is there a way legally that we can fight this?" And they said, "Oh, even asking that is, you're fighting the peaceful transition of power." Like, okay, I guess.
CNN didn't tell you that though.
Yeah. I still say he shouldn't have done it. Because all the fuckery that surrounded the election.
Whole point of my thing is like I don't want to see a dictator in the U.S. Trump is great, like as far as politics go and stuff. The border was a little bit of an issue. I had some friends that were basically immigrants. They had businesses. They paid their taxes. They had real businesses. They weren't lying. Like they were real people. So I was actually afraid for them while he was president. I don't know what happened overall because I had to leave Colorado, but there were some cool people that it was.
Obama actually deported more illegals than Trump ever thought of doing.
Yeah, that's true too. He also
And then
like
He killed more
Obama was
U.S.
awesome.
citizens too.
I liked Obama, but I'll tell you right now, like he was a sneaky fuck. He still is. So,
and then the
like,
whole Fast and Furious
And
shit
his
under
husband.
Obama too.
wait, what's up with his husband?
I don't
No,
know.
Mike
man.
has a huge
Mike.
dick. Michelle,
There's nothing that
Michelle has a huge
that
cock.
Trump got convicted
Who
for
cares?
that is precedent in any other case. That, like, when you're looking at the felonies specifically, like, name another person who has been convicted of similar felonies under similar circumstances.
Yo, Honda. I'm
And
not
the answer
arguing
is
with anything.
you cannot
I don't
find
even-
anyone anywhere ever because he's the
It
first
doesn't-
person who this rule in this way has been used ever. So it's like brand new fucking like precedent that they're setting on a president to try to keep him out of office in an election year.
In the future, let's put it this way. Let's say not now. Let's say in the future, this will matter. But the fact that he was convicted, and if there's not a way to overturn that, it is
Well,
going
okay.
to be
Every
brought
single
up in the future.
legal expert who's looked at this case says that there's every ground that this thing is absolutely going to get turned over in the higher courts. Right? That's number one.
That's fair.
That's number one. Number two, there's currently a lawsuit between Missouri and New York that's going to the Supreme Court because it's a state-on-state lawsuit. It's a state-on-state lawsuit, which means even though they're out of session, they're going to hear it. And if they side with Missouri, which they're very, very likely to because of the strength of their argument, not because it's like unfair, but because constitutionally speaking, preventing a president from speaking to his electorate during a election season is a clear violation of the First Amendment, right? And that's what New York State has done through their fucking bullshit like means of charging an ex-president with crimes that don't exist, that have never been charged on anybody ever, except for him under this circumstance, and probably will never be charged on anybody else ever again because it's a miscarriage of justice. It's obvious that it's been politicized. The judge in the case was a Democrat political activist. The attorney generals in the case got into office saying that they were going to go after Trump, which in court, if there's a appearance of impropriety, you're supposed to recuse yourself, let alone impropriety, right? Not just the appearance of impropriety. And you're supposed to be like, you know what? I got to step back from this case because the public's going to look at this and think that maybe I was doing this because of my political stance, right? They didn't do that in this case. That alone, if it doesn't get overturned by the Supreme Court, will get it overturned by the higher courts when they look at the case and the specifics of the case. So, I mean, 32 felonies, okay, whatever. Like, you need to do the deep dive into it, dude. You really do, to talk about it. Because the overview, the headline view that whoever gives you, whatever fucking news source gives you, does not tell you what's going on.
You want to know what's going on? Come to the eHonda 420 chat. Make sure you like, share, and sub. Got a plug in there.
Penis.
Also hit up Tactical Muffins out.
And by the way, who told you that Biden was about to drop out?
Owen is the first person that told me that. He works golf. He's a cool guy.
Well, I also told you that like 2 days before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I also told you that Kamala Harris is going to be the one. She's going to be it. She's going to be the runner.
Fucking camel toe Harris.
Been saying
I
that.
hope not. I hope not so bad. I hope they figure out how to
There's been
figure
talk
out
of
money.
getting her.
She's the only one who gets the money, bro.
Now.
No, we got to get Kelly in there, and like, I don't even know. Like, Buttigieg would be fine.
What if you
There's
got
some-
Kamala and
No, he
Michelle
wouldn't.
Obama?
No. What is no? Michelle is out, dude. No. Why? What is Michelle gonna do?
The left loves her.
Are you? So you're pro Obama then? Like,
No,
you're
Obama.
get out of here.
I hate Obama.
Michelle is out for Democrats. Nobody wants Michelle in there. I don't know anybody who wants Michelle in there. Like, Buttigieg would be cool. Honestly, Kelly would be cool. There's a couple people. What's that guy? Bashir would be all right. Like, there's a few people that like could do something. There's no way Trump doesn't win. Like, there's just no Trump. Oh, Eminem would be dope. Oh, I'd be down. You know what? Let's go. Let's stay with Black, and let's go to Snoop, man. Come on.
The only way Trump wouldn't win in 24 would be if they cheated again like they did in 2020.
See, and there we go.
Everybody only
That's what I'm
gets one
talking
vote.
about.
If
Oh my
everybody
God.
only gets one vote, and everybody's vote only counts once, and the votes are counted correctly, and no one who's not allowed to vote doesn't.
Here's my point. You guys are making my point right now.
If all
It's
of those
so
things
funny.
are true, then he will win.
Oh Lord,
100%. If there's a
Trump is
fair
gonna
vote,
win,
if
no matter
it's
what.
fair and there's no cheating, then he will win.
So again, when I say conceded, when you guys concede, that means so there's evidence that there was no cheating. There's evidence that there was nothing wrong. If you can go look at whatever resources you want, but like show me the proof, put it on the screen right now, and show me.
My great grandma,
where-
who's been dead for 100 years, voted for the
Show me.
first time last election.
Show me that. I'd love to see that. No, seriously, and I understand you want to keep that.
That
private.
and they
So show
stopped
Honda. Show Honda, and he can show me later, and I'll believe it if I see
They
it.
stopped the counting in the middle of the night for the first time ever, and then came back in secret later on, and then brought in secret ballots and shit that were hiding under the table. And
So if that's
and there's actually evidence out there that there was a woman on
Okay,
camera.
everyone. If we want to do this, Z, you will have to let me get it set up before the chat so that I can bring. Because it's hard to just like, oh, hey, let me like Google through the fucking internet.
No, for sure. It's gross.
And
But
find
here's the
this
thing, like,
shit right
okay,
fucking now
so
on
then-
the spot.
so
let
go
me
back
fucking
to
set it up.
16.
And let me get it together, and let me find like at least a couple of threads.
Go
of
back to
information
16 when
that
Hillary
you
won the
haven't
popular
seen.
vote.
The popular
Like-
vote doesn't matter, dude.
I know it doesn't matter.
So why are you bringing it up?
No.
So why are you bringing it up?
Because
So why are
that
you bringing it
also
up?
could have been manipulated.
Why are you bringing it
Again,
up?
Why are
It
you
doesn't
why are
matter.
you bringing
It
it up?
literally
that the
means
vote
nothing.
didn't
Why would you
matter?
bring up
No,
something
it
that
doesn't
means
mean matter
nothing?
either
Wait,
because
wait.
he lost.
On Sunday.
Trump lost.
Sorry, guys,
It
I gotta
wasn't
go.
fake.
Sunday,
It
I
wasn't
gotta go
fake.
too.
It wasn't made up.
Just got
Trump
bored.
lost. He lost. That was it. He lost. No, there is no, oh, if the votes are real, if the votes count. No, there is no if. The proof is already there. He already lost. It was already proven. You don't get to go back in time and be like, oh, well, this happened. No.
What are you
until
talking
you
about?
have
What are you
proof.
even talking about right now?
I told you that
What,
my
no, what are you
biggest-
talking? Like, are you talking about 2016?
Can you shut up and let me talk?
Is it 2016 you're talking about?
No, not anymore. Now I'm switching to 2020.
So you were
So
just
in-
talking about 2016 and the
I
fact
was.
that Hillary Clinton
I
won
was.
the popular vote,
The
as in
popular
she got
vote.
more votes on a
Correct.
national level than Trump
Correct.
got on a national level, right?
Correct.
And why does that matter?
It doesn't because
It doesn't,
we're not
so why would you
in
bring
that
it up?
year. So let me bring up my point now. Are you done with your point?
That was your point.
No, that was my point. Now I'm going to your point. So we were just talking in 2020 when I said that he didn't concede the election. When I said he didn't, and you said your words
did.
were
He did. We did not.
So yes, thank you. Okay, fine. That's just so.
After more evidence came
There
out,
you
it
go.
looked more fishy and more fishy and more fishy to the point
And
where
that's
we're
all I
like,
want to
what the
see.
fuck?
I want to see your point of view to believe what you're saying. I don't get any other information than
Okay.
what
And so my
you're
question
looking
to
for.
you,
So
my
the
question
deep
to you, hold on.
dives that you guys do. No. My question is, you're doing a deep dive into what? Who are you? What political status do you have that gives you more information than what I have as a human being? It doesn't. As an American citizen, I get the same information you do. My mom is totally into Trump and all of that. And like she tries to preach to me that all the time. I'm the guy who's like, listen, it was conceded. And like if you tell your friend, I forgive you for the past, right? So you got to let the past go. The past is gone. You concede, that means the past is gone. Now you work towards the future. You don't bring up the past anymore because the past is the past. You're in the present. So now we work forward. But yet all of his minions are still like in the past. If we have a fair election, dude, there's no way your guy doesn't win. There's no way. Even if my favorite candidates, like I'm trying to figure it out in my head, like if you were to put Kelly and Buttigieg, or if you were to like try to take like Bashir and Kelly and like try to put their, like, what are they going to say? What are they going to say that's going to like battle Trump with his all of his power? Nothing. There's nothing we can do unless everybody just doesn't want Trump to be in there. There's no way your guy doesn't win.
Okay.
Like,
so my
that's
question
where
to
I'm
you,
at.
my question to you then would be, what piece of evidence would it be that you would see that would convince you that the 2020 election was indeed stolen? What is the
Nothing will.
line that would have to be crossed with
Nothing will.
evidence to show it for you to be like, you know
Nothing
what,
will.
you're right?
Nothing
Why
will.
nothing?
And
You're not open. You're
right.
not open.
So
to
if
it?
there's
no, I will. I
line-
will. So let me explain it to you. Again, this goes back to the smartest people on the planet, right? So we have a government. We're Americans. We have the most powerful nation in the world. We have the biggest military. We have the biggest GDP. We literally are the best country in the entire world. Yes, we struggle in certain areas, but the bottom line is America is the shit. We are the ones that everybody wants to be. We're policing the entire world. Why are we policing the entire world? I don't know, but we are. So I don't need evidence of the past. I need evidence of the future. I need evidence going forward. I don't care about the past. I don't want the past to be there. I want Donald Trump, if he gets elected, to do the best job he can for the people. I expect my taxes to go down so I can afford to pay for a place to live. That's what I expect from him as a president. That's what I expect. You know what I expect from the Democrats? The same fucking thing. Like, get inflation in control. Make a thing where America starts making our own products. We start doing our own labor. We start doing our own job. We stop pulling all these resources into other fucking places, and we pull them back, and we start focusing on our people and our infrastructure
The
and our
Democrats will
buildings.
never do that.
Well, you sound
Yeah,
like
I
a
know. I
Republican.
know.
Democrats
Yeah,
are only for their own
and I
pocketbook.
am, and that's what I'm saying.
They sell us out every chance they get.
The only one who's going to do that is Trump, dude.
I just told you exactly what I want. And so
Well-
that's what I expect from
Well,
my leader.
As far as, okay, so I'm not your leader. I'm your friend, right?
Yeah.
And I would like you to understand where I am coming from when I talk about the 2020 election. I know it's in the past, but when you have a completely different view about a recent historical event than me, and it's a fact of, and you've said this, that you haven't done the deep dives into it, right? So let me do the research. Let me put it together. Let me take you through the deep dive. Let me show you the evidence. And I know it's the past, but the past affects the present affects the future. So when you're talking about the past, you're actually talking about the future. When you look at the way that they did things in 2020, if I'm right, and you look at 2024, then you can identify those things and perhaps affect them in the future. So becoming aware of the past helps you affect the future, which is why it's so important. So again, let me walk you through it. Let me put this together, not tonight. We've already been going 3 fucking hours.
There's a lot of guys like supporting what you're saying. It's crazy. It's cool. I like it.
And like I've got a lot of information and a lot of videos and a lot of like tweets from people and stuff like that, timely tweets at the time, that kind of shit, not like retrospect, but like when it happened, that I don't think any one of them by itself standalone is like, oh, well, that's the fucking smoking gun,
Yeah,
but when you look at the 15, 20 things that I'm going to pull up, and it's literally like 15 or 20 fucking things.
You guys all realize it's going to take me a minute to look at all the stuff that Honda's about to give me, right?
Well, I'm not about to give it to you.
Oh no, you're going to though. On the
yeah,
next time
I'm going to. Yeah, like, not now, bro. It's way too late.
I want to be there at the start of the conversation as opposed to jumping in 9 miles after I've gone to the bar and hung out.
We will set this up at a later time when it's appropriate, and I can set all of this information aside, and really fucking curate it and get like here's my fucking steel man.
Have you asked him about 9/11? Let him get a book together for that.
What? Wait. Okay. Stop. Don't even get me
I gotta go to bed. I gotta fucking
Don't even get me started. You guys are dumb. You guys are so dumb. Was it an inside job? Was it not? Why did we go into Iraq? Why did we go into Afghanistan? Who did it? Is he even dead? Is Bin Laden even dead? Is that real, or was that just show? Is that like going to the moon? Nobody knows. We really don't know. Do we know?
Bin Laden worked for the CIA.
We do
that.
know.
Yeah, he did. Exactly. He did. Yeah. A lot of these proxies lived and worked for the CIA.
And
that's our whole stint.
Al Qaeda means the list, and that's what
America owns everything.
That's what the CIA called the list of people that they had as their assets was Al Qaeda.
You got the United States. You've got Saudi Arabia. You got China. You probably have some sort of European weird nation. Then you have like science and technology. Then you have Satan. And then other than that, I don't think like I know what the other few are, but there's probably like another 3 or 4 that I don't know. Those are the things that kind of rule the planet. And it's
there's a Luciferian intellect in control of things.
Absolutely.
And it inhabits people. And it infects things, and it fucking makes people do things on a global
why
level.
I included Lucifer. You've got a very strong government. Again, you've got 5 nations, Lucifer, Christianity, which is just as demonic as Satan. And then like literally there's 2 or 3 that I don't know who they are. They could be aliens. They could just be the people in Antarctica. They could
Who's
be
Lucifer?
like
He's the deceiver. Right?
Exactly.
He lies and he's pretty, but he's actually
maybe the world was given to him. So who knows? Who knows?
And do you think that if Lucifer or there's Luciferian intellect was on the loose in the world today, that he would use things like, I don't know, the media to propagate his message and to confuse the masses?
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is there.
See,
it's
you're so close,
there.
bro. You're so fucking close. All right, we're gonna fucking end this here.
Do you really think that? Okay, so hold on. Do you think that Trump, as a womanizer, would be on the side of God as opposed to the side of Satan? I'm just curious. If you were to put him on one side or the other, would it be his own side, or would it be the side of God, or would it be the side of Satan? Because like grabbing him by the pussy just doesn't seem. And that's super basic.
Oh, you've never said anything like that before.
No, I have.
Grab him by the taking it of a private conversation and taking out of context.
Fucking shit. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
That makes you an evil person, right?
That's
talking
awesome.
like that. That's what makes you evil.
Yeah, I just love how no one will ever say
that's the Satan fucking intellect is talking about chicks like that.
That's awesome. I love it.
Or is that just a sin?
Why
Which
does it
makes
have to
him-
be a
which makes
sin?
him just-
Why does
which
it have to
makes
be a
him
sin?
Just a man, right?
It's so funny.
Which makes him just a fucking man. Does that
You
make
just
him?
gotta grab him by the pussy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no.
You've never said anything like that. Yeah, you're right.
Why do
Yeah,
I
the
have
whole
to be?
grab him by the
I'm not
pussy
the
was
Christian.
taken out of
Hey
context,
guys,
and the
I
left
am
not
not the
saying what it was.
Christian at all in this conversation. I am not the Christian.
All right. Well,
So-
again, we are going to end it here. It's been over 3 hours, which is almost double. This is, you got like 2 chats in one tonight, boys.
Done. Oh wait, no. There's a bunch of people sending me stuff. You guys are wait. What? I got private chats. People sending me stuff. Shit. Can I keep these open when we get off?
What is this about meat spin? You don't want to go there. I know that.
No, lawfully armed. Oh, you're sending.
Uh-oh.
Dick pics.
Yep, he just pressed a button. All right, guys. Well, we were going to end it before he accidentally dropped out, so we're definitely going to end it now. Did I miss any super chats? I think I did. I think I missed a couple. God damn it. I'm sorry. Meat Spin has great deals on ammo, I heard.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, whatever you do, do not go to Meat Spin. And show him the Dems sending fake electors in 2016. That's also true. When Hillary Clinton... Here's the thing that everyone forgets. Is like, oh, yeah, Trump didn't concede, and Trump didn't... And he blah, 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 right? Okay, what about Hillary Clinton in 2016? When she literally spent 4 years talking about how she got the election stolen from her, as well as all of the Democrats who fucking loved Hillary Clinton did that. She spent like $6 million, or I forget how much it was, on the Steele dossier, which turned out to be 100% fake propaganda, which she then leaked to the FBI, who started an investigation, which started Trump Russiagate, which was an investigation that lasted basically 3 years of his fucking presidency until COVID hit and gummed up the works and held him up every step of the way. And you say that Trump is the one who committed treason? I say Hillary Clinton is the one who committed treason by using lawfare and espionage and subversion and the media to trick people and use the government and use the fucking power of the judicial system to go against a political enemy who she was pissed about fucking winning an election. Anyway, we're going to end it here now. Oh, shit. Go ahead.
But going forward, can we get voter ID and paper ballots? And then we don't ever have to talk about it again.
I agree.
Exactly.
That's racist. All right, deuces, y'all. Shut up, Ian Fridge. Troopers shopping and out of pressure. Bad cat care. Prick the troops. Oh, yeah, this one. Hold on.
Shooting that suffer to pressure.
Criminal shopping up Russia, pushing down on me, pushing down on you.
Are you guys funny? What is this? What the fuck was that? You guys are ridiculous human beings.
All right.